All right, there we go. There we go. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Aquilon, you're welcome back to each and one of you. If, of course, you're watching this over on YouTube, why the hell are you watching a VOD? You should not be watching a VOD. You should just come watch it live. It's always better when it's live. It is late, though. It's late as fuck. Razar, how you doing, brother? Ramax, you bastard. Thanks for what's up. Really appreciate that. 3 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He's a far too kind. Mankind Jack. How you doing, brother? Yeah, I'm very happy to be here with all of you. Yeah, I don't know how long we can stay, but hey, I'll stay as long as I can. Patilin, how you doing? Yeah, I thought, fuck it, why not? Why cut ourselves off? We may as well just go live, be live, and have fun. I need to go pee though, so just know that. Patilin, thank you so much, Tion Sub. Really appreciate that. 3 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Merry Cross, how you doing? Jace Walker, CDJ, how you guys doing? Your effect, how you doing? So what's going on with your power? I was busy for a few weeks. Was that the squirrel of your power being off IRL? Oh, Mankai Jack, yeah. So in South Africa, we have load shedding. My country doesn't have enough electricity, and so they have to switch off the electricity to basically to ensure that there's not a national blackout. That's effectively what they're doing. So Australia was having them a while back, I think, or Queensland within Australia was having them a while back as well. The difference is we have them all the time. Finally got my desktop machine working again, getting full fiber internet next Thursday. Easy. I'm going to look at a house on Saturday, and this one I may actually want to buy. It's a really cool fucking house. Lunari, how you doing? Apocalypse, how you doing? Stream on BathTube. This way you can pee with no one noticing. Yeah. I don't even own a bath, bro. My house does not have a bath. Razar, I've already done a house tour. Katrina Stars, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate that. 39 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. Space Animal, how you doing, bro? Am I taking baths? I don't. I hate baths. I haven't taken a bath in 25, 26 years, maybe? I'm trying to remember. I think the last time I took a bath was in primary school. So this would be prior to the age of 12, 13. I think you're 13 in your final year in primary school, 14 in your first year of high school. So it would be somewhere prior to 13 that I would have last taken a bath. Yeah, thereabouts. I don't think I ever took a bath in high school. Baths always made me feel gross. I probably haven't taken one since I was like 7 or 8. My problem with taking a bath is you're effectively, like, you're washing yourself in your own filth. You're trying to get clean, but by cleaning yourself in a bath, you're just sitting in all the fucking filthy shit that you literally just washed off yourself. So are you actually clean after you've taken a bath? No, you aren't. You should take a shower. That way you're literally rinsing away all of the dirt. What's your favorite Mass Effect character, Akko, and why? Miranda? And do I need to explain why? I think it's self-explanatory. You're stewing in your own soup, Sarah, exactly. You sit in your old sweat and dirt and oils. I prefer a shower. Showers are so much better. Drain the tub and refill it. Trickstar, if you live in South Africa, you do not drain the tub and refill it. Are you nuts? I rate that taking ice baths is the best shit ever after a gym, as it helps with recovery. Yeah, you can suck my dick, is what you can do. I watched this YouTube video of a guy basically telling you how you should live your life, you know, how to be happy and all that crap. And he basically states that you should take a shower in cold water every morning, like a cold shower every morning. I tried it once, and I was like, this is ridiculous. No one should have to live like this. Space Animal, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. thing because I had migraines and it helped a lot. I can't fucking do it. You could sell the bathwater. I think that's a trend. It's a trend because it's Baldalfine. She's hot as fuck, and of course all the nerds want to buy her bathwater. It's not going to be a trend when a fat fuck like me says, hey, you can buy my bathwater. You see, the issue with the internet is that there are plenty of men that are so fucking desperate that just the bathwater of a hot chick is enough to get them off. There's not the same amount of desperate girls on the internet, sadly. So as a guy, you're kind of fucked, and gay guys aren't as desperate as straight guys. They just don't have to be. How hard is it to have sex when you're a gay guy? You basically walk into a club, and there's bound to be at least 5 other guys that wants to fuck. Straight men have it the worst, because you kind of walk into a club and you hope that there's a girl that chooses you to have sex with you tonight. It's a whole different ball game. So that's why, like, girls can make so much money off of straight fucks. People are so horny, they yank it to dirty waters. That's just how it works, bro. I don't make the rules. Them be the rules. The odds of accidentally bathwater is the same odds as OnlyFans happening? Exactly. There's never going to be an OnlyFans. You guys can stop fucking asking for it. Remind myself that I'm alive? Rizal, why don't you just have the hamburger and then leave the fucking cold shower for a different day? Definitely a ball game. Lenari, yes, but now we're talking about a whole different ball game, right? We are definitely diving into a different world of sports here. The last comment when you quit streaming will be he moved to OnlyFans. This will never end. I can promise you guys that I'm never moving to OnlyFans. If the Twitch thing doesn't work out and we just stop getting any viewers on Twitch, I'll probably just move over to YouTube. I'll just keep streaming on YouTube. But there's a 0% chance that I'll ever go to OnlyFans. Barbecue stream on OnlyFans, Pockies. I don't get what people see in Delphine without makeup. She is like Barbie in 14.4p quality. I don't know. I've never seen her without makeup, but she is hot, bro. Like, she is cute. I wouldn't say she's the hottest girl I've ever seen in my life. Like, she's definitely not that, but she be cute. Now I can see why people want to be with Baldolphine. No, OnlyFans, unicorn poop, sadly no. Sadly, that's not going to happen. I have a hard enough time pulling off all the fucking content that I'm making right now without starting to think about all the content that I still have to fucking make. If I'm going to start an OnlyFans, now I have to find time in my busy schedule to also take some dick pics and do some wanking sessions. I don't have time for that. I'm swamped as it is. Just sue Amber Heard for whatever, really. How likely is it she wins? Right now, you could effectively sue Amber Heard for anything and she'd lose. Everyone hates her. She's attractive with costume and makeup. I wouldn't know. I don't follow Baldalphine close enough to where I know what she looks like with costumes or makeup or without makeup and shit like that. Any sessions between Q&A questions? Don't know that. I just like conversation and discussions. Patlin, but you are on the most degenerate chat on Twitch. So this is just how it goes. Swanky Tiger, what can I tell you? I warned you fucks. I told you. Big Brain Streams, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. But I did warn you. I told you that this is a degenerate chat. Everyone comes here for some reason expecting intellectual conversation. You cannot have intellectual conversation with a bunch of idiots. It's just never going to happen. And everyone that hangs out on this stream is a fucking moron. So, they have an entire Twitch literally in front of them. They can watch a million different channels and somehow they watch this one. What can I say? It's not like IQ is in high priority or high demand here. So, this is what you get. We talk about Baldalphine and her bathwater. It is what it is. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. No, but I can have some fun with kicks and giggles about what people say. Truth. Our IQ is high enough not to take offense to that. True. But this is why I can say it, because most of you are still trying to figure out what the fuck I'm saying. I'm not judging. I just want to... you should expect it every single time. It's because we love you. I love you guys too. You're stupid, but you're awesome. You know? Not gonna lie. I wouldn't exchange my chat for anyone. I like this chat. You guys are stupid, and most of the time a challenge, but I do love you. Morny, thanks for the prime sub. I do really appreciate that. 16 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our IQ is too high for non-viewers to understand. Dude, I feel sorry for anyone that discovers this channel organically. So imagine the people that's coming over from YouTube, right? You're a YouTube viewer. You're so used to like the lore speculation stuff, and it's all fun. It's all cool. It's just, you know, it's just awesome entertainment, really. So you make your way to Twitch and you think, fuck it out, we're gonna get some really cool shit here. And what do you find? This shit. Whatever this shit is. I feel sorry for those people. You suddenly think to yourself, where did I go wrong? What did I do? We do love some WoW bashing from time to time. YouTube normies can't handle Twitch as a platform, let alone your version of Twitch. True. True. It's weird, though, how Twitch have basically enamored itself as a culture, right? And anyone that isn't within the culture is just fucked. Azhar is hot. Problem is, which two legs to spread? Dude, she doesn't have legs. Means she's always spread. May call it Als. More like around Legion, late Legion or so, if I can recall it. Digit, wait, tonight was the first time that you were watching the Q&A. Sourdough? How will hot goal sourdough work, though? And what exactly would that be? Goals, hot goals working with sourdough? Or... I don't know what the or would be, actually. I can't think of another... Oh, my... Yeah, Apocalypse, that's not going to be the new fucking meta. That's just not happening. Environment, it's not like, dude, that's disgusting. You guys are fucking, oh my god, that's rancid, is what that is. I can't believe that that's even a thing that you guys are thinking about. That is a little disgusting. People make beer with vaginal yeast. This is already a thing. Yeah, who the fuck drinks beer that was made from vaginal yeast? I'm sorry, what? Makes braid with... Dude, it's disgusting. Why are people doing this? Why? Why would you do this? Still more channels on YouTube, 5 of them. Dragons is nice. Yeast, how did that get into chat? Foreign, I don't know. We were talking about OnlyFans and bathwater, and somehow all of that is now vaginal yeast. I guess it's a question for the fucking ages, right? How do we get there? But then again, I ask myself that question quite often in this stream. Gwyneth Paltrow can make candles out of her clam. Why can't you make bread? Because candles are burnt. Whilst disgusting, not being eaten is fine. The issue with bread is being eaten. Why? Just why? So is bread, it's called toast. Yeah, what you don't seem to understand, Apocalypse, is if your boyfriend decided to use your yeast to make bread, that would be one thing. He does it on a nightly basis. But why would you eat your own bread at that point? I don't need for the alcohol ratio is the base to get drunk fast. And just like that, we go from hot gold sourdough to a commercial about dirty kitty litter. Kitty litter. What the hell? What? The post too? Max, yes, but you're only eating the post that you chose to eat. Not the one that fucking, I don't know, people make in a store nowadays. It's probably going to happen. There's probably some incel fuck that would be so desperate that that would be a good idea too. So I'm not putting it past the incels. I can see that happening. Oh, Dragon's Den, we've had that before as well. It's definitely happened here. Ice cream stands? Yeah, it's official. People are fucking nuts, dude. People should not be doing this. People should step away from the internet every once in a while. Because none of that is normal. It's just not normal. Why would you eat ice cream that comes from breast milk? Normal milk is fine. Dude, I watched an episode. Oh my God, this was the funniest shit ever. I was watching an episode of Parks and Recreation. And during the episode, they're going to this influencer, right? And the Tom and the lady, I can't remember her name, they sort of asked the influencer, what's new? And she's sort of going, chairs and tables and locally sourced Italian slippers, which is just the weirdest thing ever. Locally sourced Italian slippers. In America, locally sourced doesn't make a lot of sense. And then she says, oh, and you have to try the newest delicacy, beef milk. It's like almond milk that was squeezed through tiny little holes of a living cow. And Ron Swanson stands there, but confused as fuck, and he just goes, it's fucking milk. Dude, that is literally the world we live in right now, right? It's just these people chasing bullshit all over the place. Like, instead of just calling it milk, she goes beef milk. Every time I go to Amaranth's channel, she is changing and not there. I don't know. The bigger question is, why are you going to Amaranth's channel? Like, what's the thought process here? To watch softcore porn? You know, so Euro Effect, did you know that you could type in the following? So write this down. www.pornhub.com. So Pornhub, pornhub.com, right? Pornhub.com. And on there, you will get free, like absolutely free porn. You don't have to pay for it, and it's not softcore. Like, the girl's not pretending to have sex with anything. She's actually having sex with something. It's completely free. They charge you fucking nothing. And I was banned. Now, why would I be banned for talking about Pornhub? As if that's a fucking secret. As if somehow the mods of Twitch are going to be like, wait, he said Pornhub? That's a secret. No one should know about that. Fuck it. No one cares. 18 plus? It is an 18 plus stream, this. I don't have an OnlyFans. All right. I have a video that I want to react to. And then after that, before that, actually, I want to go pee. Then we'll react to the video, and then I want to discuss Asmongold's big new move, because we do actually have something to discuss with Asmongold. And it might actually be kind of huge. Katrina Stars, take care of yourself. Thank you so much for hanging out and also for the sub. It is very much appreciated, as always. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to go pee, so I'll be right back. All right, I feel fucking better. There we go. All I need today, Akon to come back and tussle with some weirdos. Wait, you're being silly about what? Someone came out from behind the... that would be weird, though. But it is the wind, by the way. So there's a wind picking up. It's not yet crazy, but it is picking up. So I guess we'll see if another storm... They did say that more storms might be on the way. So we'll have to wait and see. Trying to get into your house. Let's put Aqualon Apocalypse in a WWE ring. Giant Rat Cat, how you doing, bro? Why would I go into a WWE ring with anyone? Seems like a lot more work than necessary. So I would probably not do that. Severus Snape, thank you so much for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. You guys are far too fucking kind. Far too kind with the subs and the follows and everything. Get rid of the WoW writers in the ring. Yeah, I would also not do that. That would be just too much work. Anyways. People, quiet down. Quiet down. I have a video that I want to watch and you guys are literally distracting me. I want to watch this video. It's about Balliolor. Balliolor is talking about the dark future of gaming. We cannot let this BS happen. This is the kind of video I want to watch. Because you know it's about to get good. You know that it's about to get good. So let's see here.
The year is 2030. It's a rainy Saturday afternoon. You've just finished mining 30 obsidian ore, playing Crypto Crush Saga, Match 3 mobile game. You open up the Elder
Mobile game.
Chains online and you feel a rush of excitement. Your buddy from school has spent the last 2 years becoming a master blacksmith and he has agreed to turn 10.
Lightweight. This is true. For the Rockies, how you doing?
Obsidian ore into an obsidian battle staff. A huge upgrade over the mithril mace you've been wielding for the last weeks. It'll take him an hour or so. In the meantime, you hop over to Clash of Guilds and use the remaining obsidian to upgrade your town hall to the next level. That should keep your village safe for now. You wish you could fast forward time to tonight. Your guild has plans to go for a deep run in the wilderness in old school rune chains, and your prospects of a successful run and great loot have never been better. All members have been spending the past 2 weeks grinding for better weapons, and you've agreed, through a vote, to use the guild treasury to buy everyone a full set of red dragon hide armor. Tonight's objective is to kill the level 100.
This sounds good. It sounds like the metaverse is really coming along strongly. Like all my games connected. Can you fucking imagine? Holy shit. I'd love that. You know? All of your gold that you make in WoW, you can use to buy stuff in Final Fantasy. And then if you don't have anything to buy in Final Fantasy, you can use it probably to buy some games on Steam. Why not? That sounds fucking amazing. I would have to get hate locked by the legs by Alexa Bliss or like, oh my Jesus.
128 frost giant hiding in the Cave of Sorrow. He has a 5% drop chance for an immaculate orb of brilliance, of which there are only 4 in existence. The orb can be used as a power source for an upcoming space exploration game and should give you a great advantage in reaching distant galaxies first. A 5% drop rate is low, but you're feeling optimistic. In the distance, you hear a faint, "Blockchain doesn't bring anything new to games." You shrug and join your friends in the Discord voice channel. Life is good. #blockchain gaming.
Okay.
This is a real post by Nicholas, investing in blockchain games at Bitcraft.
Okay.
Beautiful. It brought a tear to my eye.
Yep.
The future looks so beautiful.
All
of these video games that you can play, like right now.
Yeah, what he describes is
Alright, so it's about NFTs.
a universe where everything is basically pay to skip if you want.
I'm not even gonna, I don't even want to focus right now on the pay to win, pay to skip bullshit. Let's just quickly talk about the incredibly moronic statement that people make when it comes to NFTs. What this guy's post just laid out there is that, if you don't use the resources in this game, you can always use it in another game. That's so obviously bullshit by people who obviously do not understand how coding works. So I'll give you guys an example. If you and I made a game, right? So I made my game and you made your game. You used the Unity engine to make your game, and I used the Unreal engine to make mine. Guess what? Our players can never use assets from either of those games in our fucking games. You want to know why? Because the code's different. It's completely different. It doesn't use the same code. A ball in the Unreal Engine 5 isn't automatically also going to be a ball in the Unity engine, unless, of course, you make a whole new ball from fucking scratch. So you're basically going to have all of the gaming companies in the world work together to have all of the same shit. And it must all look the fucking same as well. Because even two games made in the exact same engine is going to have trouble communicating with each other if it's stylized. So even if you have two different games, right, both made with the Unreal Engine 5, if mine is stylized, so I've changed my graphics entirely, yours is probably not going to work in my game because the styles are different. The code wouldn't match. Again, you'd come down to the same fucking problem. That's not how games work. Just because all of them are on the blockchain doesn't mean that their code is somehow suddenly the same. Right? Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft look different because they were designed different. If you had a staff in WoW and you simply added that code to Final Fantasy, guess what would happen? Fucking nothing. Nothing. You'd probably crash the game because the Final Fantasy engine would be looking at you with confusion. Because it doesn't know what the fuck you're adding right now. You're just giving it code. It doesn't know what to do with the code. Because the code does not correlate to anything within the database. There's nothing like this thing in the game. It's moronic. We'll just leave it at that. I don't understand why you would need NFTs for that. If you could just make a global currency that carries over between games, there are multiple companies. Oh, but Jumbo, because if it's not NFTs, you can't claim that people own their own shit, right?
And one that makes no sense. These games would all have to be made with either with a very common architecture and pipeline so that all assets are interoperable, which makes no sense if one of the games is a friggin' Match 3 and the other one is basically Star Citizen. So that just makes no sense. So now you've got to make duplicates, the same Obsidian, whatever, in every single different game. This makes no sense.
Yeah,
this will never happen. The whole point of blockchain, I guess for a lot of these guys, it's, the decentralized element. So I suppose they're just thinking like, oh yeah, well, your Obsidian whatever thing is just an end.
I don't think on the face of it, blockchain video games is a bad thing. I don't think more video games is a bad thing at all. One of the biggest issues right now with blockchain video games is the fact that most of them focus on the earnings of the video game, so play to earn, rather than just focusing on making a good fucking video game. So as far as blockchain games right now go, they're worse than mobile games. Because a lot of those games, at least with mobile games, they to some extent care about the gameplay of the game. So they kind of try to make the gameplay kind of fun, just so they can convince you to spend some money. Whereas the play to earn model for blockchain, they don't even give a fuck about whether or not the gameplay is good. It's all about, you can earn money. And then, yeah, you are correct there, Cyanide. It's like bots just take over, and eventually you have a bunch of bots running the same shit over and over again because they do it much more efficiently than any human being can. So it's just moronic at this point. And also the technology isn't there. I don't know, and this would actually sort of echo what someone else said in chat earlier. What is the point? Normal games are working just fine. Why do we need video games on the blockchain? What's the advantage? Because they claim the advantage is you actually own whatever you get in the game. That's not true. Even if, by some fucking miracle, World of Warcraft moves to the fucking blockchain and now I own the mount that I got in the game, I only own the mount for as long as World of Warcraft servers stay alive. The second the servers die, great, I own a mount for a game that no longer exists. I don't know what I'm going to do with this mount. Because technically I don't own it. I own it as long as the game still runs. And then I can use the mount to fly on it. But that's pretty much it, right? It's like, what the fuck is the point of all of this shit? It doesn't make sense.
NFT. So, you know, because you own this NFT, you hook up every game that you play to the wallet. Now you own the thing in every single game. But that makes no sense. Because all of these game companies would have to have a centralized strategy for how to deal with all of these NFTs that apparently are useful in the games. It straight up makes no sense. From a technical perspective, from a gameplay perspective. I mean, because from a gameplay perspective, people are obviously just going to find the fastest way to grind the thing. Then they're just going to farm it out to the Philippines or something. As we already saw with Axie Infinity.
Or they'll just do what is currently happening in Lost Ark, which is just a haven for bots. Just bot paradise. Wait, you can...
I actually heard that Lost Ark is like 50% bots at this point. Which is kind of fucking scary. How are they not doing anything about these bots? Is it purely because they're making so much fucking money that they don't care? Dude, that is crazy to me.
You can do something in a video game to earn real money or real money equivalent, but that thing's really simple and it's in a video game and that's on a computer and I can program. Wow, incredible. It's almost as if bots haven't been fucking ruining every game with an economy that's had any sort of real world, like virtual or value for, hang on, about 25 years now?
What?
Do any of these people live in actual reality whatsoever?
Thing is, you can get humongous amounts of MAUs pretty damn easily as Axie Infinity, and the funding environment that led to it getting such incredibly large injections of cash as that proves. That's the thing. Obviously now we perhaps are entering the crypto winter, so who knows how that's...
Crypto's dead, bro. Have you guys seen the crypto markets? They are crashing hard, bro. Like, fucking hard. I am so glad that I got out when I got out, right? I got out before the first crash. And there's subsequently just been crash after crash after crash. And I keep looking at these people believing that they need to stay in. And I keep thinking, there's no value to any of this. It is... No, I made a ton of money off of crypto. A ton of money. I made about $1,000 profit on crypto. So it's not like I got rich off crypto, but, you know, I made a bit of money. So here's the reason crypto cannot make money. There's just no way that crypto is going to survive as it stands right now. It produces nothing. It is just a bubble. It's empty. There's no real value behind crypto. There's no production that happens within crypto. So... thank fuck it's dying, because yeah, things were getting a little bit too crazy, and I think it's about time that the stupid people got sorted the fuck out.
It's all going to go,
also,
but
yeah, this actually reminds me of something that's already kind of happening in a weird way, right?
Cyanide, just quickly on that point, more criminals actually use normal dollars than they use crypto. In fact, very few criminals will use crypto. And the main reason for it is crypto can be tracked everywhere. It doesn't matter what you spend your crypto on. They can literally track it to exactly where you spent your crypto on. Whereas with normal money, if you have cash, it's untraceable. Like, you can prove that someone drew cash, but once they have the cash, they can give it to anyone and you would never know where that cash went. So that's actually not true. That crypto is like this great way to for criminals to spend their money. It doesn't actually work that way. Crypto is way less secure than just handing a dollar bill to someone. Yeah,
So-
if you're using it for nefarious shit. True.
I'm assuming you can use your battle.
Pros, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it was just priming people for the World Bank and IMF to get used to it because that is what they want in the end, digital currency. Are you guys going to get some digital currencies?
.net balance in Diablo Immortal, right? I'm assuming you can do that. I can't see why not.
Do not know.
Because you can buy stuff on PC, you should be able to use your Battle.net balance.
Mm-hmm.
You can get Battle.net balance through gold in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So if you're really good at playing the auction house in World of Warcraft, and you can, make 10 million gold in a short period of time, then that can be, what is that, about 300k in Europe? Say you make 3 million gold. That's about 150.
So I have a friend that plays the auction house in World of Warcraft. The dude has not bought a single Activision Blizzard game in almost, I think, 4 or 5 years. He just has so much fucking gold that just sits on his characters, and as soon as a new game comes out that he wants, he just goes to the auction house, buys a bunch of tokens, sells them, bam, buys the game. He's playing Diablo Immortal, and he's buying shit off of Diablo Immortal with his gold, although I think he's using the more nefarious gold selling method for that one. Like, he is actually selling gold for real money and then using that for Diablo Immortal. No, you can't cash out Battle.net money.
Dollars worth of Battle.net balance. And then you can go and buy $150 worth of legendary crests in Diablo Immortal. This already kind of exists, and it sucks.
Yes.
It's just using made up Battle.net money. And now they're trying to say, what if that happens? But whenever you sell all your World of Warcraft gold for BNet balance, you can then also use that in
Star Citizen.
fucking Star Citizen or Starfield or The Elder Scrolls 6 or a new Skyrim re-release with all this shit baked into it, or whatever other shitty mobile game. Who wants this?
Investors. Because all they want to do is create a fake economy that they can skim real money out of, while everybody engaging in it essentially loses.
Oh, exactly like Blizzard are currently doing with the World of Warcraft token, and it's turning into BNet balance because it's $20 of real money.
Yeah.
Gives you a WoW token,
Basically.
which gives you $15 of game time, which is $20 going into the Blizzard economy, $15 worth of value going to the player. $5 is raw profit for Blizzard, and that $15 never ever leaves the Blizzard ecosystem.
The
so
business
that on a
model-
grand scale.
Yes.
Wonderful. I love that.
The business model is...
I mean, they're just diving into something I said a long time ago, which is the WoW token is just one of the biggest scams in the video game industry, and no one seems to notice it. A WoW token buys you 30 days of game time, but a WoW token costs $20. Do the math. It doesn't add up. If you want to get 30 days worth of game time, it costs you $15 a month. But when you buy the WoW token, it's $20. Also, coincidentally, it's $20 that you get on your Battle.net balance if you buy a WoW token and you sell it for real money. Mounts in World of Warcraft are all $25, which means you need 2 of those bad boys in order to get the mounts. Dude, it is just a fucking scam. I'm not sure why Matt and Balliler is only now sort of latching onto that. I'm all good with normal digital banking. No need for anything else. If this digital online banking is 100% 24/7 functional and mostly in eShop and markets, etc. Or pre-order Dragonflight, yeah, sure.
is really simple. You just create virtual labor for a virtual economy, for virtual currency.
Yeah, but it's not
That's,
real, though.
Someone's buying with real money.
Yeah, the only difference is the output of this virtual economy does nothing for society. Unlike the real economy, where houses get built, food gets produced, clothes get made, innovative new products come to...
Dude, it's actually one of the things that bother me most about this metaverse bullshit that we keep hearing. You know, Zuckerberg, I've spoken about the metaverse and how you're going to be able to build your house in virtual reality, and you're going to be able to have meetings in virtual reality and all, and work in virtual reality. And I keep coming back to the same question. Well, I can't live in a virtual house, right? I'm still going to need an actual house. the job that I do. So let's imagine that I'm a shop assistant in this metaverse, right, where I help people buy fake online clothes. Well, the people still need actual fucking clothes. So what exactly is its contribution to society? What exactly is it adding to society that suddenly makes it so that the real economy doesn't need to add those things? And the answer is nothing. The real economy still has to add all of these things. The only difference is that we now have sort of a fake economy on top of the real economy where people can pretend like they don't need all of these things for a while and then they have to go back and actually get all of those things in the real economy. My friend pre-ordered the collector's edition for $110. Going to book him for a CAT scan now. Jesus. I suppose the jobs that people can do at home, they could do in VR, but would it actually increase productivity? I don't think it would. I don't think you... I would be surprised if actual productivity increased when people are doing their jobs in virtual reality. It just feels like it would create an extra layer of bullshit. So instead of just sitting at home working on my PC, I now have to log into the metaverse to sit in the metaverse and work on the PC in the metaverse. Why am I not just working in the fucking on my PC to begin with? What is this extra step that needs to be taken, right? I have VR. Those glasses are very annoying and hurtful if you use them for a long time. I don't even have VR, and I can tell you now that it's not a trend that's going to pick up. The only way that VR and metaverses and stuff would pick up is if we had a chip implanted into our brain that allowed you to basically just be in the metaverse at any given point in time. So you just close your eyes and bam, you open your eyes and you're in the metaverse. Now you're in your brain, walking around in the metaverse, doing things in the metaverse. Then people will probably not mind because it's a seamless transition. It's pretty easy to escape to that world. But even then, will it replace the real world? The answer, most likely fucking no.
To the market. That's what it's supposed to do. But instead what you do is you create a fake market so that then you can essentially capture the people in some bizarre form of weird servitude where ideally, you know, they're going to keep on top of their health so they can stay paying for longer into a highly, probably, I mean, if it's like that country, a highly corrupt healthcare system that's ludicrously expensive. So, you know, you get that going. You have people working.
Funny fucking side business here. Just very funny. What Baliller and Matt is sort of discussing here is exactly the scam that is NFT games right now, the play to earn model. Because the only people that truly get rich off of play to earn are the developers of the game. Go talk. Actually, you can go look at the statistics, and there are plenty of those statistics. I have some numbers for you. So some of the top earners in some of the top crypto games on the market suggest that if you played for around 12 hours a day, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, you could earn anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Now, I ask you, unless you're living in like a backwards third world country like South Africa, you can't make a living on that. Like you guys from the first world, you can't make a living on $1,000, $1,500 a month. Because remember, this is now a job. You're working 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for $1,000 to $1,500. So you're not making money. You're not getting rich here, right? You're barely scraping by. So who do you think makes all the money? The guys who make the game. They're fucking making... They have turned video games into the biggest scammers, and the problem is people are buying into it thinking they can get rich.
Maybe 8, maybe 12 hours a day, and then instead of coming home and making something with their hands, watching Netflix, cooking an exciting new meal, learning a new skill, instead you get them to then spend 4 or 5 hours clocking into a virtual economy where they have no output, basically, that is, you know,
Tangible.
sort of tangible.
I love how they show
where they can
Diablo
then take money
Immortal
from
here.
their real
While
economic
talking about
participation
this.
and, put it in to get better ahead in this weird fake economy that's been created.
Funny as
Because
fuck that is.
everything it just means nothing. It's a complete, absolute, utter nothing.
What's funny about this is, what's the biggest scam? Play to earn or Diablo Immortal? Because at least with Play to Earn, there is earning potential. Whereas with Diablo Immortal, there's no way of actually making money. There's just a whole lot of ways to lose money. So I don't even know what the biggest scam is.
That is being designed to capture people's attention so that, they can essentially work for the man and then come home and they think they're playing when in fact they're still working for the man.
Yes.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, because play to earn is just working. That's
Yes.
that's what it is. That's what a job is you're turning time into money.
Sure.
Playing to earn is your time is a little bit enjoyable. So it's a little bit like having a nice job, but it's not even turning into money anymore. So it's not even a job. It's worse than a job.
And
It's
the
turning
people-
into
Oh, and
fake
these
money.
games also, by the
people who
way, have
basically ended
a
up
very
being,
short lifespan.
Almost the battery chickens of WoW gold farming. They will tell you that it very fast is not a fun job.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, that's even... It wasn't very fun and had loads of health problems for the people who are doing it voluntarily. Never mind the people who are doing it under literal servitude in concentration camps and prisons, I think was one of the examples.
What?
Yeah, there's a couple, because I've been
The fuck?
preparing a video for the Warcraft channel about this stuff, and there's literally like just so many documentaries like, oh yeah, here's the Chinese prison where all the prisoners, instead of doing prison labor like, what is it they do in the US, making license plates or, grim stuff like mining or breaking rocks and stuff, it's like, yeah, here's a computer. You can play World of Warcraft in prison. Doesn't that sound great? Except you're not playing World of Warcraft. You're specifically farming gold. And then that gold will be sold by the prison
Dude,
warden.
what the...
And that'll...
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Like, are you serious right now? Like, what the fuck? Just like, oh yeah, screw it. We'll just make a bunch of gold so we can sell it. And Blizzard probably didn't care because every single one of those prison accounts had to be paid for. It's $15 per fucking inmate, and there's probably thousands of them. So why not? We are restarting a company. Well, those who have money, they can do whatever they like with it. I can't judge them. Yeah, probably true.
Go through a chain of people, end up being bought by some Westerner for like $15, $20 for the amount. The warden gets to keep most of it, and it's just a big exploitative system of virtual work because it has real value to someone.
Oh, that's horrific.
Yeah, but all that money's going into this.
Sounds like a
pit
good
not
fucking
leaving it.
business plan, actually.
Well,
Not
let's
gonna
talk about
lie.
the new games that are trying to do this.
The
So
hell
the
is
first
this?
NFT game on the Epic Store is on its way. Yeah, so breaking NFT gaming platform Go Gala Games announces partnership with Epic to launch Battle Royale game Grid on the store. First NFT game integration between Web 2 and 3. Huge day for NFT gaming at #Galaverse.
Of course
Woo!
it is.
Calipers.
Yeah.
It's always a hashtag too.
Everyone has a verse.
It's a battle royale,
upcoming
waste and
ride-or-die
shooter.
Battle royale. Masses of gunslingers meet in solo, duo, or squad matches and test their skills against the backdrop of the Wild West. In Grid, players need to saddle up and shoot up a storm as you gun your way through town. Each match will test your skills and strategy against you. Blah 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 blah. Shootouts, right? Now, this overall is in line with the Epic Games policy of welcoming blockchain games, assuming they meet a bunch of criteria and kind of follow the laws. So, yeah.
Well, what is the
Tim had
criteria,
talked
though?
A little bit about, there's obviously a lot of scam stuff going on.
Blockchain, provided they follow the relevant laws, disclose their terms, and are age-rated by an appropriate group. Though Epic's not using crypto in our games, we welcome innovation in the areas of technology and finance. Yeah, but this isn't innovation. That's the issue with crypto games. There's no innovation with crypto games. It's literally... Another word for Web3 is scam. Because what did they really do? I'm asking you, I'm asking for a friend, someone to fucking explain this to me. Because I'm pretty well versed when it comes to crypto, right? I bought into the scamass that is crypto for a while. I can tell you now, there's nothing new in Web3. It is effectively pay to win. It is effectively the mobile gaming scene with a different name. That's it. There's no real breakthrough in Web3. I don't understand what the actual difference is. Sure, the game is on the blockchain. Who gives a fuck where the game is? It doesn't affect, like, oh, the game is on the blockchain. It's not on Blizzard servers. Yeah, I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I don't care where the game is hosted. The fact of the matter is, this is a stupid game. Doesn't make sense. And it also has the added benefit of being completely pay to win. But because it's Web3 and NFT based, obviously it doesn't fucking matter. Right? Branter, how you doing, bro? Just a game with monetization, staple on top of it. So basically like every Web2 mobile game.
They're not down on that, but the legit stuff, they're obviously a bit more okay with. Yeah. Now, we already know about some things about Gala Games. So number one, they convinced Peter Molyneux and various IP license holders, Battlestar Galactica, fucking kill me, The Walking Dead.
That is sad,
that they would be good partners to work with on video games because, you know, every video game outing of the Battlestar Galactica franchise, I guess actually Deadlock is pretty awesome, but, you know, the other ones.
I think it's... Look, I think I said this before. I'm okay with Web3 as a concept, as a technology. It's brand new. It's a concept that, in theory, will have a lot of freedom for humanity in the very, very distant future. When technology can actually catch up, when things like decentralization can actually exist. Ferorius, you fucking bastard. Thanks for doing up. Really appreciate that. 36 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think there is a future for it, but that future is not now. Right now, it doesn't exist. It's a lie. It's literally all based on a lie. Cryptos. We went through this a couple of months ago. Cryptos pride themselves on being decentralized. None of them are decentralized. They're incredibly centralized. Even if you just go to the point of exchange, the exchanges are centralized. The exchanges can make decisions. So you don't have decentralized currencies. You don't have currencies that aren't controlled by anyone. The currencies are very much controlled by a lot of people. The only difference is that in a lot of cryptos cases, the currencies are effectively controlled by the rich. So you've basically just traded the government controlling your currency to a bunch of rich fucks controlling your currency. I don't know which one is worse. At least with the government, you could pretend like you can vote them out of power, right? Whereas with what are you going to do with the rich fucks? They're rich. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want. So at the end of the day, it's a nice technology and it's in theory something that could really work, but I don't think human beings are ready for it, and I don't think the technology is anywhere near ready for mass production or even mass rollout. Web3 have to evolve naturally. It has to come through usage and needs, not being forced onto the users. Branter, but this is the problem in the modern era with any new technology. We don't allow things to evolve naturally anymore. We just want to push things. And we've seen what happens whenever people push things. I mean, let's take, for example, the thing that have changed all of our lives, the internet. You've all heard of the dot-com bubble, 1999. The bubble that basically started the world on a downward spiral. And that's the internet. We still use the fucking internet today. But because greedy fucks wanted to push things before they were actually ready to be pushed, it almost crashed the world economy. This is exactly what's happening now. Greedy fucks pushing something, and I know it's actually a little bit more nuanced. The dot-com bubble wasn't exactly that, but it boils down to the same principle. It's greedy fucks pushing things that isn't ready, and it ends up fucking the rest of us. There's an unfortunate face you've paused them on.
Not good. I don't think this will help. Uh-oh. Yeah, so that's just the sort of, I mean, shovel loads of shite that they make, so that's cool.
Like, I remember back in the day whenever shovelware
bullshit
existed,
games
and it
as
was
well.
maybe some, like, I guess I'll use the meme example, Corey in the House for DS, and that was just shovelware.
Yeah.
But at least you bought it for real money. He's like, well, this wasn't very good. That was a good version of shovelware. Now this version of shovelware is somehow just a hellscape nightmare of NFT land. God.
Yeah, now a big thing here is that this is giving them kind of like institutional acceptance.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this is a decently major story. So they say this is a historic agreement. Two giants in different sides of the industry have came together to change the gaming landscape forever. We don't want that. Epic is well known for their expansive reach, massive titles, and huge following. Gala is the pioneer of Web3 gaming. So that's essentially...
Gala is the pioneer of Web3 gaming. That's because you're the only one fucking doing it. Oh my God. We're a pioneer, guys. We steal money first. Like, we came up with this steal your money first. You have to trust us. We're really good.
And if you're maybe wondering, how
what
they
a
made
bullshit
this jump
thing to
quickly
boast about,
making
bro.
A real big video game and all of that. Why is this insidious?
Oh my
Why is this
God.
bad? Well, that's where we need to talk about Grit. So basically, Gala Games took a nearly finished game and then they added their own spin. So Team Grit are making the game called Grit. Some pretty high-profile names like Bob Berry and John Mavor, who worked on...
All right. Now, would you be willing to buy this game for $60? Max, thanks for the 3 bits. Did really appreciate it. Just look at those graphics, boys. Come on, boys. Look at those graphics. I mean, this is what they mean when they say they're taking the gaming industry forward, right? Just look at it. The detail, the anti-aliasing, the shadows. This is reality, boys. Oh my fuck. This is what you call next level. Raza, exactly. This is it. This is it, boys. You know what? Fuck it. I'll pay $100 for this game. Easy. Easy. It looks fantastic. Bring on the Web3 bullshit. I don't even know what these pillars are, but I'm on board with it.
On Planetary Annihilation and Monday Night Combat are involved in spearheading this studio. The game is scheduled to be Steam Early Access January 5th, 2022. It was then delayed to January 25th, on January 25th to a unspecified date. You may wonder why. Well, because then Gala announced the partnership with Team
Garzy,
Grit
thank you
on
very
the
much. Really
15th of
appreciate
February,
that.
but this connection wasn't picked up until the Galaverse on June 26th, 2022.
Yeah.
This is when they announced the first NFT drop for this game, and then confirmed that Grit would be appearing in the Epic Games Store. Yep. So basically, they acquired or made a big investment, whatever, and now we are going to have NFTs that are, I guess, Galaverse compatible in Grit, all in the Epic Games Store.
Yep.
That sounds so cool.
From Steam, because Steam doesn't allow NFTs on the platform. Because Steam kind of go, what's the point of these? Is this good for the user? You didn't literally say yes. You tried to explain yes without saying yes, so no, get away.
Yes.
So
it's not good for the user. What is... So... By the way, guys, I don't know if you knew this, but you see those little coffee cups that subscribers have? That's yours. You own it. You don't, really own it. As long as you pay $5 a month, you own it, insofar as it's next to your name. And also, if I changed it, you would lose it, but I promise I won't change it, so buy the cup now for $5 a month. Or a Prime sub. Either way is fine. And also then you get all my emotes, which is also yours. You own that too. Just because I fucking said a bunch of crap doesn't make that crap true. I just said a bunch of crap, right? Oh yeah, you own this gun. It's an NFT gun. It's yours now. In a cowboy game, there were 3 guns. How many NFTs does this game have? 3? Because that's basically the amount of guns that you had at the time, by the way. It wasn't a booming market for fucking guns at the time. So, how many NFTs can you actually own of the same gun? It's stupid as fuck. Razar, thanks for the tier. Gifting. Tier 1 sub, really appreciate that. Gifting those NFT cups, bro. Someone else now owns a cup. I appreciate this. Can I sell my cup in an auction house for virtual currency? Max, you can sell the cup to me. Yes. Basically, I will buy the cup from you for $50 that you give me. So you pay $50 and I take the cup. That's the deal of a lifetime. This is what the NFT market is, by the way. It's just a bunch of bullshit where at the end of the day, you're going to pay a lot of fucking money for shit that isn't yours. But you get to pretend at least that the shit is yours, right? That's really the good part. At least you get to pretend like this is your shit.
Now,
Good for them.
VentureBeats pay for access shill, Dean Takahashi, also wrote about this announcement and has previously interviewed Gala management, and that is what Dean is, make no mistake. It's even funny that, like, Jeff Grubb has a joke.
Oh, no. Both strong, no. This isn't 800% value. Prime sub is 800% value. If you sub to my channel with your Prime, that is 800% value. Actually, we worked it out the other day. We did all the math, and it's actually 1,600% value. Now, I would share how we got to 1,600%, but it's like difficult math. You guys wouldn't understand it. You're too stupid for that. So just give me all your Prime subs. That's really all that matters here. You give me all your Prime subs, you're going to feel fucking fantastic. Your dick is literally going to grow like 2 centimeters as soon as you Prime sub. That's how much value this is. I'm not joking. Like, dude, I would not joke about this stuff. This is just not my way. True. 2 centimeters, yeah, bro. Like a full inch. Well, a little less than an inch, but still more than enough.
At Dean Takahashi's expense in his Twitter bio.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows it's Takahashi. He's a fucking joke. And I'm not saying that because he was bad at Cuphead. As funny as that was, far more importantly, it is, just being fucking basically running defense for, your man in France, David Cage.
Yeah.
And all of his,
I don't know any of these people
looking
are.
down the nose articles, on like NFT related stuff. So basically, like, look, if you are a Web3 gaming company, Dean's your man. Go to Dean.
He will be an uncritical mouthpiece for you, generally speaking.
Yes,
That seems to be how VentureBeat runs.
That is the Takahashi special. So,
Dude, this is the problem with modern day gaming journalism. The gaming journalists are so fucking corrupt, dude. Like, the whole... It's a grift. That's literally all. It's a bunch of fucking grifters. What do the ladies get? I'm male, by the way. Pro sir, the ladies also get 2 centimeter penis. I don't make the rules. That's just how it goes. Moongate, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. But if you do sub, hey, that's 2% extra penis. You can do with that whatever the fuck you want. It's the problem with the modern day media. The gaming media is so corrupt. Do yourself a favor, and the next time a AAA game launches, right, go look at the reviews for a AAA video game. Almost every single one of the AAA video game reviews will be positive, and if not positive, spun in such a way that it is less negative. Why? Why not? Because those companies don't make money off of you and me. They make their money off of advertisements from the AAA gaming companies. So they don't have any option but to basically give them good reviews whenever they ask for it, because otherwise you're fucked. Truffle Shuffle Gaming, do yourself a favor and go look at those. Go look at the IGN reviews for Battlefield 2042. Miserable game, horrible, no one fucking liked it. Go look at the reviews. It states that, yes, it's in a bad spot, but then most of the article actually talks about all the good things that Battlefield 2042 is bringing to the table. Like how it's actually a very brilliant game, but it just kind of sucks in a lot of ways, right? So it's like that really beautiful girl. She's very fucking awesome, but she also has crabs. But don't let that put you off. Go fuck her anyways, because, she's really beautiful. We're not going to focus on that. That would just be a byline in the article. That's what modern day video game journalism is all about.
So, to celebrate the Galaverse starting today in Malta, Gala Games will be offering a special sale of the Gunslinger box, which will unlock one of 10,000 great avatars. Each character has its own specific perks and attributes that the owner can play as in the game. Attributes are generated.
Fuck that. 10,000 avatars where every character has its own specific perk. 10,000 avatars where every single character has its own specific perks and attributes, I call bullshit. Unless, of course, we're talking about like 0.001% differences in attributes. God, the joke of this bullshit.
And will provide a unique look to each character. Owners will be able to take with them, take them with them in game, their preferred loadout, specific weapon skins, things like that, providing them an advantage over their counterparts. Ah, great. So, just, out of the gate, this is the pinnacle of Web3 gaming. There are paid advantages to people who have the more rare, the more interesting NFTs.
Yeah.
This is the thing with pay-to-earn video games, because you can't really call them pay-to-win. Because they're paid to earn, right? They're paid to earn. I said paid to earn. That's probably even better because it is technically pay to earn. But they are pay to earn. So they're not pay to win because technically speaking, your job is to play this video game, make money, then spend that money on getting better at the video game. So really, that is still part of the core gameplay loop. You're not breaking the loop when you do this. The reason we hate paid to win games is because it breaks the normal expected gameplay loop. The gameplay loop is that I'm supposed to play the game and get better at the game by simply playing. Pay to win says you can skip all that playing bullshit and just buy the power. Like you can just skip all the gameplay loops. Technically speaking, with play to earn, you're playing the loop. The loop is you play the game, you get NFTs, you sell them on the marketplace, you get that money, you buy better NFTs so you can play the game even better to get more money so that you can buy the NFTs so that you can play the game more better and then get more NFTs and keep selling them on the fucking marketplace and then other people buy them on the marketplace and then eventually you can breed things with one another so that you can make even better NFTs so that other people can buy it on the marketplace and get more money. That's
is that how much
the
one box
loop
costs?
of these games.
One box costs $1.5 grand. Wow, okay. Well,
Jesus, $1.5
so
grand?
Here's the bit that's crazy. It almost made me do a double take, but it is true. So Gala have their own token here, the Gala token. So following conversion,
yes.
The 25,000 Gala token that it costs to get one of these Gunslinger boxes comes out to about $1.5 grand for a generative character with just under half of that sort of cohort of Gunslinger boxes being available for purchase. Now, resellers may have it cheaper. This is the direct selling price.
Dude.
But essentially, like 5,000 plus of these have
So in order to even get to play the game, it's going to cost you $1,500?
sold. That's the asking price.
Jesus.
Yeah. Do you want to
Wow.
get a small advantage in a game that isn't out yet? That's a Western battle royale. I mean, obviously, like the Grid trailer, actually, it looks pretty good. Well, hard to say without actually seeing a bunch of gameplay, but like the trailer, like, it looks like it's been developed, especially from like the Monday Night Combat. That's decent pedigree for a good game, but you just get owned by people who paid $1,500. Sounds like a great experience for me.
Who will have a generative character that will look unique and seemingly will be able to just take their preferred weapon loadout. So there you go.
This
It's
is
like
so
Warzone
bullshit,
loadout
dude.
drops, except $1,500 to get that from the outset. Wild. Now, there is a bunch of confusion here because even on the Discord for this game, they're pointing out that, quote, the NFT stuff isn't going to be in the playtest version of the game for some time. So there is some capacity for change. We can then see just the whole discourse going on. I'm sure if this is a game that you followed and
I wonder why that is. Why do you guys think the NFT stuff isn't in the playtest of the game? Any guesses? Like, is anyone here willing to venture a guess? It may have something to do with the fact that they don't want people to realize just how pay to win this game is before the game actually goes live, right? I mean, I'm spitballing here. I could be completely off. Could be way off, right? but it is conceivable at the very least, right? Mate, Quill, how you doing, brother? Asmon suits to be political and LFR gaming stuff. Pump and dump. By the way, Gala coin dropped from 70 cents to 7 cents since last year, December. Oof. Fucking harsh, bro. Fucking harsh, bro.
We're very interested in earlier on this year before this was all announced, then you're probably thinking, oh, wow. My passion was.
Did it just
used
look
to
so
sell
terrible,
cool.
though?
Now, there is a good bit of news here. The whole thing seems to have gone quite badly. Okay?
Okay.
So, there's the general dislike of the Web3 stuff being shoved into games, but they actually fumble things even more because of a horse.
It's
So,
another horse.
it's another
At least
horse.
It's not armor this time.
It's beautiful. It rhymes. Right then, this horse. These were airdropped to convention attendees who paid $8,000 to attend Galaverse. Yes, all Galaverse attendees were airdropped their insane epic chest. Only 500 are in exist. And this is the insane epic chest. It's a horse. It's a moth.
Look, there's basically there's quite a few ways in which gaming companies nowadays implement things like pay to win. The first option is to do what Diablo Immortal did, what this company wants to do, which is you don't actually have your pay to win things in the game at the testing phase. So whenever people are going to start writing articles and, before the game actually goes live, you don't have all of those pay to win stuff. So you get people to really write some cool, good stuff about your game before the game actually goes live. And then what Diablo Immortal did, which is another way to go about this, is you have so many layers of pay to win that eventually, most people aren't going to get to all of those layers because there's just too many of them and they're way too sparsed out. So eventually, like in Diablo Immortal, there are some layers of pay to win that you only discover once you're max level. So you have to be level 60, you have to get into like the different nightmare levels, and only then do you discover some of the layers and layers of pay to win that this game has to offer. So that's one way to do it. The other way, and this is something that EA actually sort of made famous. You launch your game with almost no pay to win. Like just none. It's just all good. It's fine. Don't worry about it, right? Everyone's happy. And then about a month after the launch, you start sneaking in your pay to win stuff. I can't remember what game it was now where EA did this. But it's recent. It's like year before last, I think. EA did this with a game where the game launched with almost zero pay to win elements. Oh, it was Call of Duty. That's the one. Fiscus Bagels, thanks for being here, bro. How you doing, brother? It's called Immoral, not Immortal. You are correct. Sorry about that. But yes, it's Call of Duty. So in Call of Duty, the game launched with no cash up. Like there was a cash shop, but there was always nothing on the cash shop. And the game just seemed perfectly fine. Like there was nothing to it. It was just play, and have fun. And then suddenly Activision announces that if you want a rectangle, so if you want an actual thing that aims on your screen, that's going to cost you $5. Because the original one was small and almost impossible to see, but then you could buy a bigger one that you can actually see where you're aiming, and that would cost you, I think, $2.50 or $5 for that shit. This is the other way of doing it. Why do they do it this way? Because after a month, all of the reviews have already been written and everyone have already bought the game. I believe we're going to see more and more of that happening. Over time, more and more often, this is what's going to happen. Games are going to launch with almost zero pay-to-win elements in them. And then a month and a half after launch, that's when they start pushing all of the cash-up items and all of the pay-to-win elements because the reviews have been written. Now it doesn't matter what anyone says about our game. It's already out. People are already paying for it. So this is basically what these companies are doing. And the Web3 guys, I think, are the biggest scumbags of them all.
Model of a horse, and I guess some randomization for the bits that are on it.
Awesome.
And these people are stupid enough to think that flipping around a bunch of parameters for a model is enough to be like, oh wow, look at this, it's cool and unique.
Hoodwinked, a lot of them.
Bunch of fucking brainlets, I tell you.
Yeah.
So it turns out that these airdropped horses
Yeah.
were actually horses that people had seen before on the Unreal Asset Store for $29. So essentially what these freaking charlatans have done is they've just taken a bunch of horses, and there's either two things that have happened. They've taken all the different parameters, and they've just said, okay, we'll maybe randomize the color within these bounds. We'll randomize what, accoutrements the horses have, and we will just ensure that there are no dupes for the horses. Whatever. But basically,
I don't think people are appreciating what this means. These guys on the store of the company that owns the Unreal Engine, they chose assets from the Unreal Engine to pretend like these are the NFTs that you can get in the game for, I think it was $5K. Like, that's how disgusting these people are. That's how disgusting this shit is. It's ridiculous, dude.
they just kit back.
But I do have a question. A serious one. Should we legislate away the ability for stupid people to fucking destroy themselves? What I mean by that is, if you're stupid enough to spend money on a unique NFT, do you not deserve the fallout that comes from that? So if you lose all of your money because you basically took out a loan, and by the way, this is not me making this up, I know people that took out loans from their fucking banks, loans against their homes, to invest in the crypto markets. And when the crypto markets came crashing down, they lost fucking all of it. My question is, should we feel sorry for those people? If you were stupid enough to do that, isn't that like the trash taking itself out? It feels like it's the trash taking itself out. Like, you don't even have to think about it. Like, the trash taking care of themselves. I disagree. There are mental health issues associated with it, and that's punishing it. I don't know about the mental health issue, but even then, I would say that it's a low enough number of people that it would still be the overwhelming majority would just be stupid people, right? Make enough to earn enough for an NFT, then yeah. Because there are people who are stupid enough to leave their car open, but I still support laws that punish people who steal the car. You can punish people who steal the car, but at the end of the day, this wasn't theft. Because these people weren't stealing anything. They were just telling you that, hey, here's a unique picture of a monkey, of which, of course, there's millions of other monkeys, but this one is a slightly different color than the other million pictures of a monkey. There was nothing stolen here. They were very upfront about the fact that this is not actually a unique picture. You were just stupid enough to think, oh my God, this slightly off-green monkey is unique and worth $10,000 fucking dollars, right?
What costs $30, and then a bunch of morons buy that for $8,000 each.
Yeah.
Nice scheme.
Yeah, and this isn't, oh, we've bought a horse for $30 and sold it for $8,000. We have bought the data for horses for $30. So it's not like they're making a $7,970 profit on every horse. It's literally just we've bought the rights to this thing. And this probably isn't included in the terms of service whatsoever for this. This is probably against the rules to go, oh, this.
Can you actually buy the assets of the Epic Games Store and then just sell it again? I don't think you can. Like, those assets were made by someone and placed on the store for people to buy so they can put it into their games. I don't think you're allowed to resell those. I don't think you're allowed to go buy them and then just sell them to other people. Pretty sure that's an issue. But even the free ones, I don't think you're allowed to resell them.
This we'll sell. Oh, we'll buy this and then sell it again for an obscenely high.
Oh, what's funny then is that even on this, they've actually had to backtrack. They said the Grit Horse NFT pictured in the tweets was a placeholder asset, the NFT, which was given away for free and exclusive to attendees I mean, the attendees obviously paid.
Yeah.
This will be replaced with the correct image when finalized. So then just kind of begs the question, where are you getting the horse from? Are you just going to model your own then?
Dude, why are you giving people something for free if it's not even finished yet? Well, not for free. They're paying $5,000 for it. But if it's not done, don't promise it. Because that's literally what happened here. If we take their word for it. They didn't have the horse that they thought that the attendees would get ready yet. So they basically just picked the horse. They just said, yeah, this is the horse that you're going to get. Why did they just take a picture of an actual fucking horse then and go, yeah, we're going to give you a horse just like this one? These Steam games, which are then sold, but just selling them outright, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if you're allowed to just sell those. It would be similar to... I think it's against the TOS for you to have a World of Warcraft subscription and then sell that World of Warcraft subscription to other people. So let's say, for example, you have a credit card, someone else doesn't have a credit card, so you take out the subscription for this person on their account, but then they have to pay you $20 a month in order to play on your account. I'm pretty sure that's not legal. I'd have to dive into the TOS, but I'm fairly certain that Blizzard would have an issue with that, right? Because it is exploitation at the end of the day, and you are basically selling something that you don't actually own. For example, in South Africa, subletting is illegal. You're not allowed to sublet your apartment. Even though you technically do rent the apartment, if you no longer live there, you have to give it up. You can't sublet. It's just because it's not yours. The owner has to have a say in whoever the fuck lives in their house. I think it would be the same with the Epic Games Store assets and shit like that.
How did this happen? This is clearly ass covering, in my opinion.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So the game's not released. It's not on early access. The store page doesn't actually have a date. The blockchain integration actually isn't even implemented in the technical tests and betas that they're running. It's just quickly...
Dude.
Basically thrown in by Gala.
This
because
feels like they're
like
just
they're
rushing,
proper,
just trying to get in before the entire crypto market crashes.
Just NFT games.
Just get this game out. Crypto is about to die.
So little to them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the case of Gala probably running around with a big amount of money from very,
Gaming Cat,
very,
exactly.
very interested people.
NFTs are safe, bro.
Oh, can we get into this market early and dominate?
This game looks so bad, though.
Mega billionaires off all of this.
Oh my god.
Let's go. Okay, we'll give a couple mil to like a small game that looks promising. And obviously, if you're the developer of Grit or whatever else, and someone goes, "Hey, fire these in. We've got a good selling one," because all of these
does it look that bad?
Really,
it doesn't look that bad if it wasn't for the fact that this is basically one of the this is going to be one of the most expensive games in the world.
Like, oh, yes,
I would actually think this is quirky, funny. I'd probably play it because it is quirky.
Put down for
if it was like a free game,
and that's how this stuff
free
happens.
battle royale, I'd probably play the shit out of
Do
it.
anything or need to do anything?
You know this game is going to be
They just get a big amount
expensive
of
to
investor
play.
money and then spin around in circles, making loads of promises, never getting anything done with it.
Yeah, that's
and
what they
like,
do.
Obviously, for us, they're promising a massive downgrade. But everyone's just so swept up in all of the glitz and glam of the money, they don't really seem to give a shit.
It's just it's where the money's going.
I like how Matt just gets angrier and
There's even weird
angrier
things, like
every
the
single
Twitter
time they
account for
cover
Grit for
news.
ages just pointed to the old website that made no reference to the NFTs, no reference to Gala, and that has been updated. But it's weird, right? I wonder what it's like as a developer there.
Can't be good.
There's more things happening. I mean, Zola, the payment processing company, if you've had a Twitch subscription, you maybe will have noticed that Zola are, I don't know if they are still, but at least for a very long time, they were the payment provider of Twitch.
They're still the payment provider.
But, they're, of course, launching into NFTs because, look, if you're in the finance side of games, then obviously this is an emerging market. They're going to want to have a stake in there.
Yeah, Zola have...
Exactly.
They call them the transaction engine and business engine, which are these just integrations and things for working on the back end of your game to try and monetize all of your games better, stuff like that. Same way in the sense that, someone who makes a mobile game isn't deciding all of the ads themselves. They'll hook into a platform that does it for them.
Yeah.
That takes all your data and goes, oh, we'll serve you these ads. But it's the same, but to do with microtransactions and businesses and stuff like that. And this is where a while ago we talked
the
about...
whole world is a scam. You know that,
kind of
right?
practices that are a little bit behind the curtain. stuff like the fact that probabilities from FIFA Ultimate Team's loot boxes could theoretically be dynamic and determined based on you as a player. In the same way, like a slot machine will go, oh, well, you haven't won so many times, we'll give you one now. But a lot more dynamic and a lot more kind of possibly predatory. It's the same stuff kind of going on a little bit behind the curtain here where it's not quite clean cut.
Yeah.
And now that transaction engine, those business engines are being built to bring NFTs into the fold.
Feels
Because
good,
why
man. Feels good.
And I
Makes
think
me
it's now
happy.
time that we take a look at one of these games with deep integration that actually is out in the wild. That is Ni no Kuni Crossworlds. Where
Didn't we
yeah,
watch
it's
a video
interesting.
about
Community's
Ni
not
no
thrilled.
Kuni, whatever the fuck?
They don't
I
have
feel
a lot
like
of
we
faith
watched this
in
video.
Netmarble.
Oh, well, Netmarble didn't end up making a video on it, but there's a lot of stuff going on with Netmarble historically that's very much like these are not good people to get in bed.
Oh, who could have predicted this? So I'm reading up on what's been going on with the Ni no Kuni MMO. Apparently because of the crypto NFT stuff, bots have infested it, leading to long queues for servers. Netmarble's solution: offer people a daily adventurers pass for $7.99 to bypass the queue to log in. Bro, what the actual fuck? Like, okay, there's just, dude, if you work on this game, you are a disgusting human being. Like, your game is bringing bots into the game, and you don't think to yourself, well, we should probably fix the bot issue. You're like, well, this is a money-making opportunity. Oh my God. Dude, what the fuck am I reading?
Yes, what they've essentially done is they've monetized the bots
Oh,
by
wow.
creating the daily adventurers
Jesus.
pass for $7.99 to bypass the queue.
Yeah.
That was a little bit taken a bit out of context.
go.
It's actually a monthly battle pass that does have a premium queue element to it,
Yeah.
but the queue only exists because there are tons of bots. Because the queues are a lot bigger in the areas where you farm the crypto stuff.
Surprise.
So
Of
everyone's
course.
going, oh yeah, no, this is bots. This is a very simple game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very simple game that you can earn money from. So obviously, like with World of Warcraft back in the day, like with Lost Ark today, people are just going to make bots.
Yep.
because why would you not? If you can, it's the same way as like, oh well, there's a load of money in that river. Oh, there's too much for me to grab myself.
Because how you doing, bro?
I guess I'll go and make a load of bots to go panning for gold.
Look, it's simple. We have reached a point where principles and ethics no longer matter. Morality doesn't matter. The only thing that matters with the video game industry, and I guess it was always going to happen, video games is large. We've spoken about this before. The video game industry is larger than the music and movie industry combined. It makes a ton of money. And whenever there's money, it attracts the sociopaths. It attracts the scumbags. The scumbags have truly arrived, ladies and gentlemen. And the video game industry is the victim. These guys have no shame. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about your experiences as a gamer. They don't care about the integrity of video games. You know, have any of you ever watched the documentary of the start of Blizzard Entertainment? Like how Mike Morhaime started Blizzard Entertainment. If you haven't watched that, do yourself a favor and go watch it. It was a group of nerds that just loved video games. That's it. They had no business sense. They had no sense of what business actually looks like. They just really liked video games. And they started in an office, a one-room office, all of them just working on video games. Right out of college, they just wanted to make games. The very first game that they ever made, Warcraft, well, the very first mainstream game that they ever made, Warcraft, they just wanted to play it. That's it. Like, literally, Mike Morhaime says, they were talking about it, and they thought it would be really cool to play a game like this. Why isn't there a game like this? And so they sat down and they actually started making the fucking game that they wanted to play. Didn't care Was it going to sell millions of copies? Fuck knows. In fact, they didn't even know how to sell it. They just know that this would have been a cool game to play, and so they made it. And people started playing it. People loved it. So much so that now, more than 20 years later, it's reigned for a long time as the number one MMO in the world. Those days are over. The people like Mr. Wilson, the people like Bobby Kotick, they're not in this for the love of video games. They couldn't care less about video games. For them, it's about the almighty dollar. And anything they can do to get that dollar, even if it means charging $7.99 for a monthly pass so you can log in because the bots are too many, they'll do it. And they won't even fucking blink. Wise Python, as I said, the first mainstream game they made. They made Rock and Roll Racer. They also had the Vikings game. And then that... oh my god, what was it called? I want to say Black something, but I could be wrong. I can't remember what the game is called. But like 2D platformer type of game. Rock and Roll Racer was the racing game. The Vikings was a 2D platform game. Lost Vikings was a 2D platform game. And then they had another game. It was like a punk rock shooter kind of thing. 2D platformer, ladders and shit. Can't remember what the fucking game was called. But those were the three games that they had. And by the way, Rock and Roll Racer was actually a game that they produced for someone else. So they got hired to make Rock and Roll Racer on behalf of another company. But that was sort of to pay the bills. So they made Rock and Roll Racer. And then Lost Vikings was their own game. But none of those games went mainstream. Warcraft was the game that went mainstream. And it was also the game that they thought this would be really cool. Let's see if we can make this. And it just exploded. Right? Those days are long gone.
That's the thing. In the Gold Rush days in the US, if people could have made bots to do that, they absolutely would have. So why not do it here? Obviously, the answer to why not is because it completely shits on the game experience for all these people. And now they've accidentally, and I imagine they didn't intend this. But maybe
Thank
they
you,
did
Massey.
when they knew.
Yes,
When they made this mind, there's a priority queue in the battle pass. Well, do we expect queues in our games? Why would our game have a queue? Because of bots. Because we've looked at other games in the market. Because these people aren't stupid.
Yeah.
The people who design, especially the monetization stuff, they know what they're doing.
Swanky Tiger. So there's a common misconception, but we'll talk about it right after this video. So keep that question, but there is a common misconception that I will explain.
You get it from people who were like 15, 16 back in the early 2000s and going over the real value of virtual economies. Mm-hmm. None of this is actually new, like in terms of the people who are behind the curtain. All this stuff has been known about and talked about and discussed internally since the late 90s. And it's just, here we go. They know exactly what they're doing.
Jazz, are you serious about
We'll
that? Can
create
you
a
link it
problem
to
and
me?
monetize the solution.
And whenever you hear people talking about their mobile game spending as investing, that's language you'll hear with a lot of whales.
Wait, really?
This adds a level of, oh yeah, it is an investment because you're getting a real currency. You can really
Mobile
cash
gamers
out.
believe
And
they're
what's gonna be very
investing when they
interesting
spend
is
in the game. Investing
if
in
you
what?
can cash out, how many countries are going to turn around and say, oh, by our rigid definition, that is gambling. Yep, that's what I'm very
What are you
interested
investing
So
in?
it's a sort of thing where, did they intend for this to monetize bots and stuff? Who knows? But it certainly is having that effect. Because, hey, I mean...
Oh, wait. Jazz, I think I know what you're talking about, but just to sort of explain this. Okay, so I think I know what you're talking about. We'll get into it in a minute. I just want to finish this, but I think I know what you're talking about, and it's not actually as bad as you think.
And if you're lost
So
out,
Swanky
like,
Tiger
you're
first,
not
and then
getting a monthly
yours,
subscription from every bot, that kind of sucks for you, right? So there you go. Now, Netmarble have offered real money through grinding in the game. That basically means there's a reason for all of this weird virtual work. That means there's an incentive for the bots. It means there's an incentive for people to just spend a whole bunch of money to increase their potential to earn within the game. Yeah, so we've got, of course, the whole thing we talked about before this game, the Territe token, the utility token on the Marblex platform.
Bro.
And to get Territe, you can earn it by
Such a
doing dailies,
scamos.
familiar adventures, or hunting monsters in the Chaos Fields. Chaos Fields, I believe, is where we're having cubes.
Yep.
So you get the Territe, which turns into Territe token, which turns into Marblex, which then goes to a cryptocurrency exchange where you could then turn it into something a little bit more
Bitcoin, Ethereum,
fiat if you wanted, or
or then get
eventually
that.
go that way.
Yep, absolutely. And now I remember
Get that cake,
what
bro.
it was. It was a little bit shady about this that we didn't get to cover last time, and it was the literally against TO. I think they cancelled it because it was against terms of service in the end, but they were beginning an event where they would give people in-game items for posting a screenshot of their own verified review, a 5-star review on the App Store and the Play
Whoa.
Store. So they were very much
Wow.
literally using the very like bottom of the barrel. First idea comes to your head. Obviously, it's not good faith kind of tactics.
Yeah, like incentivized reviews are not allowed on app stores.
Yes, that's why they
Wow.
ultimately aren't allowed to do it, because they got caught
Yeah.
organizing this, because it was just on their like public Discord they were doing it. It was like a full event, like, hey, we're running an event, post a review and get some items. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? You're insane. And then there was something else as well. Oh yeah, it's just the fact that the game is actually
Dude, I am so... You guys need to play Cyberpunk 2077. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to play Cyberpunk 2077 with patrons. I think that's the next game that we're going to be playing with patrons. Because you guys need to see this shit. You'll be shocked to see the shit that they sort of predict within Cyberpunk 2077. But so there's this one quest in Cyberpunk, right, where you get sent to basically stop the private military of the United States of America. So yes, the United States of America no longer has a military. There is a corporation that's listed on the stock exchange, and this corporation is the private military. That's literally all they do. They're just a military company. You have to stop them from starting a war on the streets of Night City, which in the game used to be Los Angeles. So this company is trying to start a full-scale war on the streets of Los Angeles so that they can bump up their stock price, because their stock prices are dropping. Like, that's the level of shit. This is what these companies are doing. It's just like, fuck the rules. We make the rules. We do whatever the hell we want. It's in fucking sane, dude.
fully pay to win as well.
Yeah.
In terms of the gacha stuff is equipment and gear, and also the pet stuff. So you can invest, like you're saying about investments. Now when you're rolling gacha, because it increases your earn rate, because you earn more Territe and you earn more of the other currency, I can't remember what it's called, when you're doing higher difficulty stuff or you're higher ranked in PvP, then it is an investment.
The
It's
the company is literally called Militech. Yeah, that's the company's name is Militech.
literally imagine Diablo Immortal, but you could farm real money equivalent. And that's it. That's what this was.
Yeah.
The cyberpunk
Like,
dystopia
hey,
is
what,
real,
your,
yeah.
ASICs and shit have meant that your mining rig is now useless. It's okay.
Yeah.
Do some weird botting on it. Woohoo.
Yeah. So instead of buying a graphics card to increase your rate of getting currency, buy some in-game items to increase your mining rate.
There you
Not
go.
literally the same, but close enough in
Yeah.
effect. It's such a fucking hellscape, man.
Yeah. So look, that's the hell that they want to create. It is one we need to guard ourselves against. As I said at the top of the video, it's that thing of they want to replicate the labor market, just that there will be no real life societal or individual benefits of the fake labor market that they wish to create. Because in order to create that virtual work market that they then
You can't stop
monetize,
it.
like that is not
This is wishful thinking. You
perfectly
can't
in
stop
line
it.
with generating the best time, the best entertainment for your users. If that kind of game is what's making all the money, we're not going to have transformative experiences within gaming if that ends up being the predominant thing.
Balular, I get why Balliler is doing this, but I think a lot of people are missing the point. I've accepted that it's just not happening. We cannot stop this, and for good reason. Reason number one: idiots are running around with way too much money. And when I say idiots, I fucking mean idiots are running around with way too much money. People that in all previous iterations of humanity, so we're talking, if we go back even 1,000 years, these people would have died in the fucking street. But because we live in a world where the scumbags and useless people in our society have every ability to take shortcuts, there are idiots with money running around. The other is that these guys are prepared. You think these gaming companies don't have armies and armies of psychologists and psychiatrists and studies that back up exactly what they're doing, how they're doing it, everything aimed at basically preparing us to get fucked. So this fight that we're fighting, this consistent push to try and guard against what we view as the true gaming experience, it's useless. It is useless. It can't be stopped. The end is going to be whenever these guys decide that's enough. Now, when do you think that will be? When do you think rich people will decide, well, that's enough money for one day? How do you stop this? Because, dude, there were people who ate Tide Pods. That's all I'm going to say. There were people who ate Tide Pods. Do you think we stand a fucking chance in this war? Do you think we stand a chance? The reason that you see something priced as $99 is psychological manipulation. You see $4.99 and you don't think $5. True.
Because games will just turn into some really weird virtual economy thing where, you know, it might not make sense for, like, if there's a lot of, you know, maybe people in more well-off countries, like, maybe it won't affect us that much because maybe we'll still, you know, earn more money in a retail job.
I know, did you?
Or something like that. But for a lot of people in, you know, in other countries, we saw in like Venezuela.
Dornblatt, very true.
With Axie.
Very true.
It was the Philippines as well with
The
Axie.
Philippines,
Hi down,
actually,
brother.
Venezuela is always the one they talk about RuneScape with, where
okay.
a lot of people started farming RuneScape gold there
Mm-hmm.
and RuneScape items because it was more efficient than going to work because of the hyperinflation that country
Yeah.
had to deal with.
So in a lot of countries where the
It's actually far more successful than you might think. It's not just slow people that fall for it. It's conditioning. When's the last time you walked into a store and actually saw something priced as $5? I can tell you exactly when it was. It was this afternoon. There's a cafe literally just up the road from me. Like, walking distance, let's say it's going to take you 2 minutes to walk there. It's like a corner store, like an off-license if you're in the UK, corner shop, mini supermarket if you're in the US or anywhere else in the world. It's run by, I think, it's like a family from, I think, Pakistan. But all of the items in their store is priced on the dot. So they don't use cents at all. Like, every single thing is priced as 4 Rand, 5 Rand, 6 Rand. Every single time I walk in there, it confuses me. The price confuses me. I look at the price tag of the item, I'm like, oh, that looks so wrong. Because I'm so used to seeing things as $4.99, $3.99. So now when I see something as 5, it does have an effect. You do think, oh, that's 5 Rand, that's a lot. You see something as $4.99 and you immediately think, that's not bad, right? It's not too bad. That's fine. And I can tell you as someone who worked in retail, whenever something was 4 Rand, we would mark it to $4.95. So it's always marked up. It's never marked down. You never mark down. You mark up. So if we did the pricing in the retail store that I worked in, it was 30% profit, right? So we took the base price, so the cost of the item, times by 30%, plus that 30%, that's the price of the item. If the price of the item came to like 4 Rand or 4 Rand 10, you'd mark it to 4.95. So you're basically making extra profit on top of that. So the best is the gas sign that says 4.999. Jesus. And then I always see the price rounded up. You do see the prices rounded up. Like, I don't look at 4.99 and think, oh my God, at least it's not 5, right? But 4.99 looks normal to you. And if it's 5 or 5.99, you are going to do a very subconscious double take. Remember, we're dealing with subconscious levels here. We're dealing with the parts of the brain that makes decisions without you actively being involved. So we don't make decisions actively. No, most of our decisions are not made actively. The majority of all of the things we decide during the day is done just because why the fuck not? You don't even think about it. It just happens. And that's the part of the brain that they focus on. Whereas if you clearly overcharged for something, let me ask you guys this. What is the price of a normal candy bar in your country? Like, what's the price of a normal candy bar in your country? $0.39. All right. So the normal price, Apocalypse, for a candy bar in England is 39p. Now, when you walk into the store and you see a candy bar for 39p or for, let's say, $1.50 or €1, do you think anything of it? So let's say there's a selection of candy bars and you see all of them is 39p, $1.50 or €1. You're going to choose any of them, right? If you were in the mood for a Mars bar and it's that price, you're going to take it. But let's imagine you were in the mood for a Mars bar, you went there, but the Mars bar is priced at $3. Suddenly, it's no longer just an automatic decision. You're not just walking in and grabbing the Mars bar. That $3 now has an effect. Because now you're looking at it going, Jesus, that's a lot of money. This is the thing. This is the conditioning. They condition you to accept that $4.99 is fine. 5, you start making a decision. 5, you start thinking, do I really need this Mars bar? $4.99, you don't even think about it. Grab it because it's $4.99. It's always been $4.99. At 5, you start thinking about it. At 6, you start genuinely questioning yourself. So that's sort of the goal with these things, is to keep away from the analytical brain. Keep it low enough to where the analytical side of the brain does not interfere with the decision making, and it just remains automatic.
Tiny amount that you'll basically earn on a weekly basis or a daily basis in these games, where that will go way further in terms of your purchasing power. They just want to capture loads of human hours and loads of human time to go into this system, so that ultimately they can extract more money from the people.
There is, I think about it all. There you go.
You know, what are maybe an upper quintile or something of the economy in the more wealthy countries.
It's the
Ormi, I still need to ask you: Have you gotten my messages on Discord? Because I need to know what I need to send you for the tax shit to be taken care of. And I've sent you a message on Discord, but I haven't heard back. Plus, I need to know what your percentage cut of that is going to be. So what your cost is going to be for that.
Imagine, obviously, you've got the whole problem with support thing where people were, worried about.
All right, that's fine,
call
Omi. I just
centers
wanted to
being
make sure that you got it
like
already.
less developed countries.
Because I wasn't sure
And that's the
if
thing.
it was
obviously
going
they
through.
do that because that's
As long as I know it's
less
gone through, that's
same
perfectly
value.
fine.
But imagine that. But instead of it being a call center, it's just
$3.99.9. What
It's
the
the
fuck is
same
that?
mechanic of the more developed
What's that
country will pay a
price?
disproportionate amount, and that'll mean more profit from anyone there.
Yeah.
But instead of it providing actual support, it's just farming in-game items, which are all... Obviously, I understand the personal
God,
value
dude.
one might have
We're in
attached
so
to
much trouble,
items in
man.
video games, because obviously that whole thing is real value for a reason. But it's not real value. And that kind of happened by accident.
We don't know what
Well,
real
they're
value
weaponizing
is
the
anymore.
importance that we
What does it even
assign
matter?
to things in game.
Yeah.
Because the very same reason that you maybe spent a whole bunch of time to get the cool sword in World of Warcraft, now they are trying to turn that into a form of monetization. So it's quite tricky because virtual things can feel real.
Dude, I feel defeated whenever I
that
watch videos
is
like this, man.
Very open for extreme exploitation in a situation like
I
this.
feel fucking
So it's kind of
defeated.
using what can make games and stuff like that like feel meaningful. You know, why we would really be
Lotus, how you
driven
doing?
on to progress in World of Warcraft or something. And it's just using that for this like horrible twisted purpose. It's just creating an economy that serves honestly nobody but the kind of super wealthy by
Yep.
just creating this like humongous class of minnows and free to plays who
On the
are,
back of
like,
the
doing
poor.
this weird
I
play
like
to
it.
earn, but they're not.
I like it. The true corporatist
like-
dream.
I guess in a country where you can't find a job, like that maybe is going to be the thing that you do.
Yeah, that might be
But-
helpful individually, yes.
Yeah,
100%.
but you just like worry about what this like actually means if it takes off, and ultimately like we're in the forefront of.
But how are you
society.
gonna stop
There's things
it?
going
America's
on now
welcome
that 30
back,
years
bro.
ago our parents could not have imagined.
or
and-
even understand today if you explain to them, because it's
Yeah.
so insane.
And the same, like, we may think we're special, we may think we all know how things are going to go and what it's going to be like, but maybe it'll be
It's
things
worse
that'll
than
happen
that,
in 30 or 40
Alpin.
years' time.
It
that,
is
you
so
know,
much
we'll
worse than that.
barely be able to understand. Or if you told us they would happen now, we think it's crazy. But it does slowly happen, and the change suddenly gets so great that, like, you don't even know what you're looking at anymore.
I mean, I've got actually two specific examples that might highlight this fairly well. One is from the Axie Infinity documentary that I can't remember what I don't know if it's the publisher or somewhere related, somewhere definitely literally, we are showing you the best version of this, the shiniest form of this, because it's in our incentive to do so. And it was running as like a little underground or like a little sub-process in my brain I was watching going, this is a bit weird. I understand the whole positive element of, hey, COVID's ravaged this town, so people are like afraid to go out and work because they'll get sick, and people with vulnerabilities might die and stuff like that. So they've turned to making money digitally, and they're providing this like false value for the wealthy West to
but-
disproportionately pay the wages. But
The problem with that entire argument is you're only making money as long as people believe in the bubble. Because my brother dove into Axie Infinity, not to make money. He wanted to understand how it works. There are Axies. These things, by the way, these things on your screen right now, they're called Axies. There are Axies that trade for thousands of dollars. We all know that it's not worth even $1. Its actual real worth is less than $1. Maybe not even a fucking cent, to be honest. But it's trading, like, I think I saw Axies on their marketplace for like $65,000 for an Axie. We know that's not value. So the thing is that, yes, you're turning to this video game to make some money, but you're only going to make money as long as the bubble lasts. As long as everyone believes that this is worth $65,000, you're making money. And by the way, it goes much deeper than that. I saw there's a lawsuit against one of the NFT companies now where the owner of the NFT, like the guy who's the CEO of the company that brought out the NFTs, he was selling NFTs to himself. Like, between him and his co-creator, he was selling the NFT for $10. His co-creator bought it for $10. Then the co-creator sold it again for $15. He bought it for $15. And so they drove up the price to eventually, I think, $150,000 for this item. So everyone looking from the outside looking in, looking at the blockchain, goes, oh my God, people are selling this shit for $150,000. We have to get in. We have to buy now. Because this shit is just going to the moon. And as it turns out, it was just two cunts sharing money between themselves. Like, they weren't losing anything. They were just driving up the price. All of these companies, I think, work exactly the same way. These guys was just stupid enough to get caught.
Because no one was out physically working, the place was deteriorating. Like, no one was actually holding up the shop, so no one could come and buy stuff. So there were people starving. And it's like the actual core kind of the work wasn't being done anymore because everyone was in their house doing this digital work.
It almost
didn't
breaks
matter.
the meaning of money in a way.
It does,
when
yeah.
the money's all going into like fake things that aren't real.
Yeah.
When there's real things like food and
Yeah.
raw materials and clothing
Very
and
true,
shelter
Jazz.
Yeah, and
that an economy should be producing. So the larger this shitty, not real economy is, there's just nothing work that no one's getting anything out of. It's crazy.
and all of that value is completely arbitrary from
Yep.
the game developer because they get to twist and tweak the knobs. Obviously, when it's decentralized, that's not the case, but the initial stuff still is the kind of the game balance of Axie Infinity is.
Yeah, but the problem with this, Matt, is that almost all of these games are centralized. Like, yes, if they were completely decentralized, then the market would decide what the price is because there wouldn't actually be the ability for any one person to change the market. So the market would decide price, supply, and demand. I don't know of a single NFT game that is decentralized because all of them start with the company that makes the game. They control the currency within the game and they control the currency on the marketplace of the game, thereby making it centralized, thereby meaning that they and they alone have the incentive to decide the price.
And
Being
that's the kind
fake
of
is the
thing you go,
perfect
"Is this
response
all
to
just
that."
made up? Is someone just making all of this up? What the hell is going on?
Yep.
But the other example I have is Ready Player One. And this is a weird one because obviously Ready Player One was this nostalgia bit novel written by
It was a cool
okay
movie,
writer,
though.
maybe. And then they made a Spielberg movie out of it where Spielberg only directed like one scene. Everything else was just CG nightmare. And obviously all the things about that movie aside, the one thing that
But it
always
was a
stuck out
good
to me is that
movie. Why is he
everyone
slapping on the
talking about it was
movie?
like, oh, this is the metaverse. This is what virtual reality could be. Isn't this such a utopia? Isn't this so perfect? Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this such an aspirational thing for society? And I'm just sat there going, did you watch the fucking movie? Did you see with the opening part where they're all in a trailer park that's stacked like skyscrapers because no one has any money and no one's doing any work and everyone's useless? Apparently, most people didn't see that part or think about it. They just went, oh, but shiny metaverse, happy.
And it's weird because like I was listening to, the Zuck
Yes,
on,
he has a point.
on the Tim Ferriss podcast. And it's like I know they are both really smart guys.
Yeah,
And
why are
they're
they so stupid?
and they are talking about Ready Player One like almost as if it's a good thing. And like maybe this is people's heads just being so completely mazed by references that they're like, oh, cool.
The Iron Giant shot those dudes.
It's not. So I actually have. I'm not saying Battle of them is wrong. I just have a different hypothesis. I don't think it has anything to do with people's brains being morphed into references or anything like that. I think the answer is actually far more nefarious and also a result of conditioning over the course of many, many decades. Human beings have no understanding, no grasp of true value. We don't understand it. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it does. We don't care. Value in our minds is literally malleable. It's a completely malleable concept, value. So you can like talk to fucking anyone, honestly, and ask them genuinely speaking if you think an iPhone is worth $1,000. We've discussed this before. $1,000. Most people would tell you, breaking down the numbers, an iPhone is not worth $1,000. It simply is not. There's no fucking chance that it is. Graphics card is not worth $1,000. No fucking chance that it is either. But we're willing to pay those. We're willing to pay that for an item that does not equal that in value. A car is not worth what they're charging for it today. In South Africa, I told you guys, cars are worth the same as houses in South Africa. You buy a brand new BMW 7 Series, you're paying the same as you would for a house. And there are people who drive around with brand new BMW 7 Series. Something happened to us as a society. We've lost the ability to calculate value. It's just gone. It's as if it doesn't matter. Just the other day, I was standing at this, it was at a bakery, and I'm standing at the bakery, and they basically have 2 loaves of bread. It's literally 2 loaves of bread, made exactly the same. One has sesame seeds on top of it, the other doesn't. So one has sesame seeds, the other one doesn't have sesame seeds. The one with sesame seeds, exactly the same loaf. How do I know? I literally asked the lady that worked there, what's the difference? She's like, oh, this one has sesame seeds. This is the lady that baked the bread. She told me they use the same dough for both. They just on one sprinkle sesame seeds and the other they don't. The sesame seed one is it was like 30% more expensive than the non-seeded loaf. Where the only difference is sesame seeds on top of the loaf. Guess which one is more popular? The one with the sesame seeds is more popular. How do you explain that? It's the same loaf. If you really like sesame seeds so much, just go buy a packet of sesame seeds and throw that on your fucking bread, right? Why are people paying that? Because we don't know. We don't care. We don't think about things like this anymore. Sugar, gluten, dairy-free stuff, literally less ingredients, more price. Apocalypse, yeah, another really fun thing, right? Whenever they go, yeah, there's no dairy in this. And it's like, well, then why is it more expensive? It seems to me like you have one less ingredient here. It should be cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe if Ryan Gosling had a few Marvel characters and Disney
Also very
characters
true.
and things like that in Blade Runner, the new Blade Runner, the people would have thought, oh, wow, look at that. That's really cool. Wish I was born in that century with the flying cars. It's like, okay, cool. The point has been missed.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But this is a case where the point can conveniently be missed.
Yeah.
True,
I think,
Massey.
well, I mean, just
So true.
As far as Zuckerberg and Tim Ferriss, I think it might just be a case of the Emperor's like new clothes. It very much feels like that. It's like, why is no one saying this is fucking stupid? Because it really is. Jesus Christ. Oh my
There you go. So here's
There's some musings
not
on
particularly
NFTs.
brief, but certainly a dive into the coming horror. Let's very much hope this doesn't catch on. I think one
it's
good
going
thing at
to.
least is
It's going to.
Valve
It's
are
what they
sticking to their
want.
guns.
It's what they
Seems
work
so
towards.
far. Seems this stuff's going to be kept out of Steam. And I think that is big. Now, there certainly is a generic concern that a single entity in the market being so impactful is like a kind of problematic thing. Here, it's a little bit weird. Valve have so much power. It's like a little bit uncomfortable they have so much power. But also,
You have to
they
like
kind of
the
are
fact that Valve
using it
said
in the right
no.
direction in this particular issue, so that is a good thing.
Yeah, Steam will.
You have to
just
like the fact
end up
that
being a
Steam
shelter
went,
for
no,
video games
not an
by
app
the end of
store.
the fucking,
Go
like,
fuck
decade.
yourself.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, well, that's it. If they come for Steam, they'll have to go through Gaben and his big knife collection, so I think we'll all be okay. Right.
Absolutely.
That's the story, I suppose. If you found yourself in Crossworld somehow, how's it been?
Yeah, please let us know.
And yeah, I don't know if you have one of these special horses, let us know. But I feel like the people with the special horses maybe are not viewers of our channel. Anyway,
No,
at the very least.
the people with special horses, by the way, aren't viewers of anyone's channel. They're too stupid to work YouTube. They just know how to play to earn, bro.
And they won't be after this video.
Yeah, I hope we kept your brain tickled for at least a little bit of time. Use this as a jumping off point to go and play some real video games. Two really good examples. Citizen Sleeper came out, and I think if you're worried about spooky things that could be happening, go check out Citizen Sleeper. Should definitely disclose it is published by the same publisher as us, but do genuinely think it's a really good game. And its ratings are really high. Anyway, most importantly, that's a
I
real game.
I might give it a go.
You can also wishlist The Pale Beyond on Steam, which is the video game that we are making as
Already
well.
done, bro.
So,
Waiting for
that's
it to launch.
Have a good day. See you next time.
All right, this is a pretty good video. I mean, depressing as fuck, but pretty good. But another fine print. What is this? Oh, okay. We'll discuss that in a minute. First, let me just quickly speak to Swanky Tiger. Swanky Tiger, you asked, is it true that Warcraft is actually based on Warhammer? And the answer is yes and no. So Warcraft, the original Warcraft, from what I can gather and from what Chris Mason and them have spoken about, the original Warcraft was literally Warcraft. It was their own game, their own story. Chris Mason made it. Now, Chris Mason is a massive Warhammer fan. So most likely modeled a lot of the early universe after Warhammer and the worlds of Warhammer. But the original Warcraft was meant to be Warcraft. It was never meant to be Warhammer. The Warhammer thing came in with World of Warcraft. Originally, Blizzard wanted to make World of Warhammer. So that was the original sort of plan for them, was to make World of Warhammer, and then World of Warhammer would be their MMO. They were actually, as far as I can tell, they were quite deep into like discussions with Workshop to actually get the IP. The one issue, though, is that Workshop wanted something stupid. It was, I think, 7 million, or was it 7 million a year? Right? Yeah, that's the one. Apocalypse knows the story a lot better than I do because he's actually also a fan of Warhammer. But yeah, they wanted $7 million a year for this game. And ultimately, they decided to go with a different company that obviously ended up making Roar, which it was supposed to rival Blizzard's World of Warcraft, but obviously died. And World of Warcraft flourished. But yeah, after they lost the license and they weren't willing to pay $7 million a year, they actually then took Warcraft, the IP that they had already established, and turned that into World of Warcraft. So that's sort of the story there. Now, Jas, on to yours. This is nothing new, and this is less than what most people think. So this is literally a nothing burger. If people are freaking out about this, and the fact that you've linked me a Reddit screenshot means that people are freaking out about this, this was true for every single WoW expansion ever since Blizzard started giving away all of their expansions for the price of the new expansion. Final Fantasy does the same thing. Literally up until the day that Dragonflight launches, you will need World of Warcraft Shadowlands in order to pre-purchase World of Warcraft Dragonflight, or even to play. However, the minute that World of Warcraft Dragonflight launches, you can only buy World of Warcraft Dragonflight, and bam, you'll get access to all of the previous games, because this is how World of Warcraft works now. World of Warcraft now sells you the expansion, and the expansion automatically gives you access to all of the game. The problem is because Dragonflight isn't live yet, you can't buy Dragonflight to get access to all of the game. So this is sort of them just double dipping a little, sure, but it's really, really a nothing burger. This has always been the case. How do I know this? Because back when I wanted to buy Wallet of Draenor, I had to buy Mist of Pandaria. Oh, no, actually... Yeah. Back when I wanted to buy Wallet of Draenor, I had to buy Mist of Pandaria. Because I switched to... I can't tell you how I switched. All you have to know is that's what happened. But I can't actually go into detail on that. But there was a reason why I needed to switch for a time. That reason sorted itself out. But now I was forced to basically buy Mist of Pandaria so that I could get Waters of Draenor. but yeah, ever since, like, I can't remember how long it was, but it's been long. It's been a very long time. Leave the Games Workshop to demand 7 million. That's what they do, bro. Warhammer lore is shithouse rat insane, just like Games Workshop execs are. So which of you smocks already pre-purchased the Epic Edition of Dragonflight? I have not pre-purchased shit. So I'm innocent in all of this. I have not pre-purchased anything yet. Is there actually someone here that has already pre-purchased the game? I would be interested to know if there's any of you that's already pre-purchased and just waiting for the game to go live. No judgment, FYI. All right, I have a bunch of stuff that I have to sort of dive into.
A United States senator is willing to talk to me about fucking loot boxes. Can you believe that? So yeah, there we go, guys. Look at this shit. I straight up got tagged by Ted Cruz on Twitter. Can you fucking believe that? There were some people that were unhappy about this. These are people that know how to fight, but they don't know how to win. These are people that like to talk and they never actually play the game. They're like, don't give Ted Cruz a platform. I'm really sorry to tell you, but this guy almost fucking won the Republican nomination for president. Like, what do you mean I'm giving him a platform like that?
Yeah, I just want to point out that Asmongold would not be the one that gives Tate Cruz a platform. It would probably be the other way around. Although I don't know how many Republicans watch Tate Cruz that also would watch Asmongold, but it would definitely not be the same thing.
I think that you've got things a little bit mixed up. You know, maybe you spend a little bit more time, you know, in the real world, not on Twitter, and you're going to have the right viewpoint, right? That's what it comes down to.
No. Why am I don't want to watch this shit. Fuck that. Let's go back to this video. Okay. So, for those of you that obviously don't know, you just saw it, Tate Cruz have said that he is more than willing to reach out and speak to Asmongold. Now, the reason Tate Cruz wants to speak to Asmongold is obviously loot boxes. He wants to find out, I think, what actual gamers think of loot boxes and what the government can do. Now, I did watch Tate Cruz's, like, the exact thing that Tate Cruz said there, and Tate Cruz did say that he isn't, he is standoffish about regulation and about actually legislating this stuff away. But he would be open to speaking to Asmongold to get some kind of sense of what's going on. Now, I think just to address the people, because literally, if you go into Asmongold's comment section on his tweet, it's insane. The amount of people that is just 100% against this. So, for example, Barney here goes, go on his show and call him a subhuman piece of trash. Why? Good job on building a fucking bridge, Barney. Good job on basically getting Tate Cruz to go, well, fuck you gamers. You're on your own. Barney, we love you, but you're a moron. It's insane. Going through all of these comments, so I obviously tweeted at him going, Asmon doing Lord's work as usual, because yes, I hate politicians. I hate all of them. But at the end of the day, they control the world, and so you have to sort of work through them. If you're going to make anything stick, it's just interesting to me how many people refuse to have conversations with people that they don't agree with, even if those are the only people that's actually willing to have the fucking argument with you. I don't see Bernie Sanders or fucking AOC reaching out to gamers and going like, hey, can we talk about loot boxes at all? They don't. So what are you going to do? Be like, well, actually, you know what? Fuck you, Senator. We'll wait for the right person to show up. This is a senator that wants to talk about loot boxes in video games. And you're going to be like, well, no, you're not the right senator. I want to talk to the one that I actually agree with. Well, then, fuck you. You're a moron, and you're clearly never going to be able to win this battle. People fall into a political divisive trap. Don't buy into it unless you want to be one. I think it's so fucking stupid. But anyways, okay, so what does this mean? What does this mean for us as gamers? Are we suddenly going to see a massive change in video game legislation? No. No, we're not. Is Tate Cruz actually going to do anything about loot boxes in video games? No. No, he's not. Not until the issue becomes mainstream enough to where parents and voters actually wake up to this. We're too small of a community. The gaming nerds, us fucks, isn't enough to make any sort of impact. But this is where this conversation between Tate Cruz and Asmongold can actually do something. The people that watch Tate Cruz, the people that like Tate Cruz, are parents. It's moms and dads. It's obviously not teenagers. I don't know of many teenagers that's mad for Tate Cruz, right? But it's moms and dads. It's voters. Now, if Asmongold goes on Tate Cruz's show and he highlights just the incredibly disgusting shit that these companies do, it may actually wake up a bunch of parents to what could ultimately happen, right? And what these companies are ultimately busy with. And as soon as it becomes a major voting issue, so as soon as more and more people wake up to it and more people realize, wait a second, this isn't, like, what the fuck are these people doing? Then you'll start to see the pressure mounting on politicians to actually change this. Because right now, it's literally us, the gamers, that's yelling about this. You know what most politicians think of us gamers? They think we're losers, right? We're the losers that still live with our parents. Like, why should they listen to us, right? We don't do anything. We don't make any contribution to society. We're just in our video games, playing our video game shit. You want to know how I know that these people have no idea? Big Bang Theory taught me just how little the mainstream world know of video games. In Big Bang Theory, a show about nerds, they would have things like, for example, Howard does this entire scene where he cheated on his girlfriend. He's like, so you know that game World of Warcraft? Did you know that characters could have sex with each other? It's clearly a lie, right? Characters can't actually have sex with each other, but they wouldn't know that because they don't actually play the game. They have no idea what you can and can't do in World of Warcraft. They have in that game things like people selling swords on eBay and shit like that. And again, is that actually stuff that you can do in the game? Well, not actually, because you could sell your account with a sword on it, but you can't actually sell the sword. But they don't know these things. To them, we're freaks. So no politician is actually going to make a change here. It's interesting that it's Tate Cruz. I will be honest, I am surprised that it's Tate Cruz. Has good Twitter banter for the petition. Most likely his team doing the Twitter banter, though. I don't know if Tate Cruz is a gamer. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. I don't know. It's just... he doesn't seem the type. You know? He doesn't seem the type. He seems like a stuck-up, businessy kind of guy, right? That's the kind of guy I size him up as. I don't care. I don't care. I realize there's many of you that's just aching to write that he's a Republican cunt or whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. I genuinely don't care. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who you think is the best party in the US that you think is just going to save the US and all your problems are going to go away when that party is in power and there's no other party that can oppose them. Good for you. I don't agree, most likely, but good for you. What I'm just saying, I think the guy is like, he looks stuck up, and yet he's the only politician, the only fucking politician that's willing to speak to gamers. Like, what's going on? Asmon literally said, it doesn't matter that it's Ted. Ted is the one who he managed to reach first. And if he doesn't work out, he'll look for the next one. I don't know what Asmongold's politics are. Like, obviously, I have no idea who Asmongold... I'm assuming if I'm assuming Asmongold probably votes Democrat. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm assuming that Asmongold would probably vote Dem. Or maybe he's like me, he doesn't even vote, which I would argue is the right way to be. But Asmongold has always struck me as very center. So he would probably not be in he would probably not be against. So I am on principle against talking to all politicians, whether they're on the left or the right, because I think they're morons. But if you told me, hey, Trump wants to talk to you about loot boxes in video games, I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's talk to the fucking asshole. Let's hear if he can fix this. I wouldn't give two fucks. If you told me Biden wants to talk to me about loot boxes, I'd be like, wait, he knows what loot boxes are? Let's go. I don't care. I just like them on principle, but, I don't have a particular bend that I vote to. His politics don't matter. He's pragmatic. That's also a nice one. No fucking shot he knows. Yes, he does, to get his drinks and food. Both parties suck ass. Invalido, I love that. Yes. But there are a few good ones in both parties that are treated like pariahs. Trump assumes you mean his workers when talking about loot boxes. I don't know. And I don't much care. I do think this is interesting. This is definitely... I mean, obviously, it's still early days. We would have to wait and see. I think Asmon said he doesn't care why Ted Cruz wants to talk to him, as long as it can help him with the goal of getting random loot boxes regulated. Like I said, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. Not yet, at least. But it is going to put stuff... it is going to put stuff out there. And that's what we need. We need the greater public to realize what the fuck is going on. Because right now, most parents don't have a clue. Most parents don't know. Their kids are playing on their mobile phones, the credit card is connected to the phone, and the kids are spending money. And as long as the kids aren't spending thousands upon thousands of dollars, it's all good, right? It isn't going to be until parents realize that these companies are training their kids to be gamblers, like little fucking gambler addicts. That these parents are going to rise up, and that's when politicians en masse will start banning these loot boxes. Regulating for kids, I think, is a good first step. I genuinely believe that this is where I love the approach of the Netherlands as well as Belgium, I believe, where their approach is quite simple. If you have loot boxes in your video game, you can have that video game on the market, but then it has to be restricted to 18 plus. Like, you can't have a game that isn't 18 plus because you're not allowed to gamble, or minors aren't allowed to gamble. And then there's also a bunch of other rules that the game has to adhere to because it is a gambling game. I would be okay with that, because that right there, I don't know if you guys saw, but China just blocked Diablo Immortal. Like, it's not blocked, but it's being delayed in China. So clearly, like, these companies are going to start running into more and more problems, especially as they become more and more scumbag. Now, in my opinion, this is a race against time, because one of two things will happen here. As these companies become more and more scumbag, they're obviously going to up their spending on, what's the word for it? Lobbies. So there's going to be more and more lobbyists in Washington, D.C., getting these politicians to agree to these companies doing more and more scumbag things. We need to ensure that the pushback from the general public is such that the lobbyists don't matter. So the politicians just sort of go, look, I don't care how much you offer me. I'm losing my job if I vote against this. The public wants this. So no, you're fucked. Get wrecked. That's sort of all we can do right now. It's just sort of make enough noise and hope that everyone else realizes it. It's really evil, and sad part, Twitter is defending them. Twitter is a bunch of morons not realizing that they're a bunch of fucking morons. So I'm not surprised by that. And Asmon's stance on random loot boxes is that this kind of gambling mechanic should not be advertised and sold to kids. I agree with Asmon there. Deregulation of gambling in terms of offshore and tax benefits for investments is huge. It's not long ago when deregulation occurred. They'll never reverse those laws in countries that have them. I think China blocking Diablo Immortal is why Dragonfly is releasing in 6 months or less. You and I are both on Twitter. Are we also morons? Machindo, of course we are. Dude, you're in my stream when you could be in literally anyone else's stream. Did you think you were intelligent? This channel is not a channel for intelligent people to hang out in. All the morons are here. We're sort of talking and making noise, and everyone else that comes in that don't know what the fuck's going on here goes, oh my god, these people are so cute. And then they leave and they go write about their experiences of being on the moronic side of fucking Twitch. This is definitely not a place for the intelligent. The academics do not hang out here. Dragon Tamer, I know. Yeah, well, fat fuckers, stupid fuckers, it's all the same thing. I actually question why I come in here to watch you quite often. I question why you guys come in here all the fucking time. We are the morons that get banned on other streamers' chats. Feels bad, man. Smaller channels are better than bigger channels. You can at least have a conversation. It's like a bunch of parrots arguing for a tree. Yeah. No, I mean, fuck it. What do we know, right? I just know I'm a gamer. I love my video games. And I hate what's being done to video games. I hate the fact that this is even okay. That this is even stuff that we're discussing, and that the gaming corporations have not yet realized just how disgusting it is that they do this shit, right? So I'm really hoping that there's an end in sight here. Angry middle-aged gamers? Only middle-aged gamers? Fuck, dude. Are there no young people in this chat? The beta, if they even have one? Dude, do you think Blizzard would add me to the beta? A genuine question. What do you think the chances are of Blizzard ever allowing me to get into the beta? Because I'll fucking tell you. Probably 0. What is the measure of young? Your balls don't hang yet. I would say that's the definition of young. The Troutnado, I don't think Blizzard likes me. Actually, I know for a fact Blizzard doesn't like me. An interview with Ian, anything is possible? No. Asmongold got an interview with Ian because it's Asmongold. They don't really have a choice. They may not like Asmongold, but what the fuck are you going to do? The largest streamer on Twitch, you're just going to cut him out and not pay attention to him at all? Yeah, get fucked. That's not going to happen, right? Whereas Accolon's not the largest streamer on Twitch. Blizzard is going, man, fuck that guy. Let's hope his channel dies soon. And when streamers who kiss their asses, yeah, we'll see. Hey, I might be saying all of this and then suddenly I realize, oh shit, I just got in. They just invited me. You never know, right? That could be literally what happens next. I'm just sort of being facetious. I don't think they even care. But when you want to get into the beta, I mean, the worst they can say is no. I've applied to the beta. Obviously, I've applied to the beta. It's not like it's a personal thing. You just hit opt-in. So I have applied, but obviously, I have no idea if that's actually gonna happen even. Checo, we just discussed it. It's just the Asmongold getting super fucking political now. Asmongold's running for senator. He said that in the next 2 or 3 years he's gonna run for president. It's quite big. It's big news. You heard it here first, folks. Dude, can you imagine if Asmongold actually ran for president? Wouldn't that be just fucking nuts? I would actually vote for Asmongold as well. Not gonna lie to you. I would actually, that would be the first and only time that I ever vote in an election would be if Asmongold ran for president. I'd be like, yeah, fuck that. I'll vote for him. Let's go. Just because there's no way he can fuck things up more than anyone else, right? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go raid Vizzy right now because she's a friend of the channel. And also, I have to fuck off because my power is about to go out. I have about 45 minutes to grab food, eat, and then sleep because power's going out. I'll be back tomorrow. Remember, we're starting late tomorrow because, well, power will be out. So, yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I really appreciate all of you coming out. I support all of the support. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is in the day for you. As always, be kind to each other. Be good to each other. Go say hello to Vizzy. Even if you don't want to stick around, she's playing Dead by Daylight. Go make some noise. Peace out, fam. Love you guys.
No.